Let's go hash MeltysRoom time.
Hi, how are you today?
Oh my god. Okay, guys. Hello? Is this thing on? Can y'all hear me good? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me good? Welcome, guys, to Melty'sRoom. We are on episode 5. We are on episode 5. Welcome to Melty'sRoom, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I have a very special guest. All my guests are special guests, but I have a guest that was highly requested, and y'all were banging on my door for this guest, and I finally got him. So I am very, very excited for today's episode. The reason why we started late is because of our guest, but he's so special. I said, that's fine. I said, I'm flexible. So it wasn't my fault. I was on time, I promise. Hi, bestie. Hi, pointing to you in the audience. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Thank you
how
for
are you
coming. Thank you for coming. Meow, Daijobu Inumaki. Thank you for all the follows. I really appreciate it. We are just going to get into it because I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. It is time for Melty'sRoom, and you're going to see him and his big titties in my bedroom. So without further ado, shall we get into it? Are you ready? And I have to undeafen it and stuff, but yes, welcome to Melty'sRoom. Okay, Keishan, I have freed you from the deafened and the muted chamber. Welcome to Melty'sRoom. Can you say hello so we can make sure they can hear you good?
Hello, Keishan here with the big titties as mentioned a second ago. I heard that.
Yeah. Okay, clap for the titties. Yay! Give you your round of applause, Keishan. Thank you so much for being on here. I didn't get to give you the rundown because you were late, and that is fine.
Yes, I
You're moving a
apologize.
couch. I mean, don't apologize. I expected this. I knew it was Black
You
History Month.
expected it.
You are late to everything.
All right, listen. I tried to make sure I would, get here early and all that, but sometimes things just, a monkey wrench is thrown in the mix, and then so I ended up a little bit late, but we're here, right?
A monkey indeed, yes. So,
All right.
But without further ado, can you tell us who are you? Introduce yourself to the crowd.
Yes, hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am Keishan, a soul-eating shinobi VTuber. I play a lot of different games on Twitch, especially lots of horror, and we just be chilling on our hidden scuff village and having a good time.
Yes, I'm very excited to have you on. If you don't know, you're like one of the most highly requested like guests ever. And
Really?
yeah, that was like I asked people kind of in the beginning, it's like, oh, who y'all want? And here we say, can you get Keishan? Can you get Keishan? I said, I guess.
I guess.
I
Maybe.
guess.
He kind of asked, but you know, all right. Yeah, since
Not
y'all asked.
even, not that he's asked. He's such a hot commodity. We are going to get into that. I've known you. I've known of you. I've been with you since day one in more or less ways.
Yes, sir.
So I've watched the development and I was like, damn, am I going to be able to book you? Because you are busy, at least from my point of view. Because I'm like, damn,
Nah.
doing quite a bit. We're going to get into your journey as a VTuber because I think it's very important and what you're doing in this community is very, very important. But I just want to say thank you for being here and thank you for making the time. Even though you were moving a couch, I really appreciate it. So just to be fully transparent, my first question that I wrote on here is why are you black? But I have more. I have more after it because I said after that, I said, in the initial stages of creating Keishan, okay, like, did you ever think of presenting any other way, or were we just like, I'm gonna be black, this is it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna look like this?
I was off rip. I was like, I'm gonna be black because at the time this was like early 2020. Everybody started quarantining and staying home and all that, and then that's when I saw all the VTubers around, and I never saw anybody with any like shade of skin darker. So I was like, I gotta pull up and just I want to look presentable to that, like not only on the case of a cool design and all that, but like also just something that I would feel right in. Okay, like I would not feel right in other skin. Like I wanted to make sure that I would present myself how I want to be presented, and then as well as just be something more unique because I really was not running into any black VTubers until of course, like you and Kiwi were the first ones I ran into at all. So, but before then, I was just like, all right, I'm just going in dark skin. We gonna see what happened. I already knew that like Twitch already had its own racism if you were just a black streamer in general. So I was like, what can they throw at me if I'm using a black model?
That's true. Do you feel like you made it harder on yourself though? Like, did you think it was like, if you were like creamy, do you think like it would have been easier for you? Or even light skinned? Did you ever want to be light skinned? You kind of are.
All right, listen.
I'm just sorry.
I did not want to. I was just like, I mean, and whether I do understand that like the biggest creators aren't really darker skinned, and like especially in this time where like there's so many VTubers that just pop in and blow up and stuff like that, and it's just okay. If I made a lighter skin, maybe would I blow up? Maybe, but I was not gonna do that because at the end of the day, I want what's on my channel to be representative of me, and I don't want to be anything else for fame,
Okay, that's very honest. I appreciate the honesty. I mean, we're just gonna get into it because it is Black History Month. I'm just so you know, I didn't put you on here because it was Black History Month. It just happened to line up that way. This month was long as fuck. I would have had you on like Pride Month or something very fun and spacious because a lot of people love you and it's all about love. But now that you're Black and you have established that, and you kind of are a bit of a lighthouse in terms of Black VTubers as far as I'm concerned, because you kind of bring everyone together. Like if I need to find a Black VTuber, I can just go to Keishan and kind of like branch out from there because they all do tend to gravitate towards you. Do you recognize that, or is this news to you?
I mean, I recognize it, but then I do, but I don't, because I do understand that I'm not the biggest thing around, and that like the VTubing space has gotten so huge over time. And then there even are a lot of Black VTubers that are also even bigger than myself. So that's why I'm like, there's bigger Black VTubers than me, and I'm not doing too much. But at the same time, it's just like I do recognize that there's a lot of the people that I'm around or pop into my streams or like run into on Twitter, what have you, like tend to be like other Black VTubers, or I get, a handful of different Black fans that are like, like I'm actually gonna try VTubing now because I saw your model, like, which that means a lot. So I do understand, especially with like this being like year 3 of me promoting Black VTubers and things like that. And it's just like, for one, that's 28 different Black VTubers, and then I've been able to do that every year and not have an issue finding them, So I do see, like, I do see, oh yeah, I am the quote unquote lighthouse, but then I also don't want to sit here and like gas myself up per se, or like act like I'm high and mighty or anything.
That's okay. You don't have to do it, because I'll do it for you. And so is everyone else in chat, because there's a difference between gassing oneself up and being honest. And we have to be honest with ourselves and all the things that you have done in this community. I think it's you were one of the first. I mean, now there's more people since then, sure. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, and like in terms of like Black VTubers, not just Black VTubers, just Black content creators, because it's kind of bigger than that at a certain point. You have done quite a bit. You're innovative. You're always doing something new. Your streams are creative and engaging. Your content is consistent, and your commentary is very refreshing. It's not the conventional VTuber experience, and you're active in your identity, but that is not all that there is to you. And I think that's something that you should be proud of.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, what is your cup size?
Huh?
Like, what if you were to wear a bra, like what size would it be?
You see, I mean, don't they like fit differently in bras though? Like, it's not like I got like fat squeezable titties that are like bouncing everywhere and they need to be contained. It's kind of like muscle meat, like, so I don't really know how to differentiate the bra sizes, and like would I be like a small size, to like keep them back, so because sometimes they jiggle a little too much and then it gets like my chat distracted, so maybe something tighter and like keeping it compact would be nice.
Maybe like a sports bra, yeah, something tight. Yeah. I mean, you are, let's just talk about your transition. You were 2D. You're 2D now, but you were 3D, baby. What is the difference in climate between your 2D lifestyle and your 3D lifestyle? I know you kind of swing both ways and bring them out every now and then, but what is the difference other than your jiggling breasts? What was the difference? Like,
the shinoobies.
Yeah.
So you're saying like how do I feel like then versus now?
How do you? I'll ask it in different parts. How does it limit? How do you feel it does for your content, and then how do you feel it does for the audience and like the attraction? Like, do you feel like your VTubing marketing and platform ski mindset is a lot more easier and to translate with you being 2D, or do you feel like 3D was like a different stage?
Okay, the 2D absolutely was a lot easier to grow with and market myself with. And then the thing with 3D is like, not only was it a 3D model, but it was used, with like a Vroid model, so free software. And I had been using that since I started. And around then, that was back when everybody was making Vroids of their models, like everybody was trying to get into it. A lot of people were more 3D, but then like as like the English corporate VTubers started to rise, and like all these groups starting to get announced, everybody's like, you know what, let's do the 2D as well. So then you start to see this like shift where everybody's switching to 2D. And around then I was just like, I'm fine, because I'm still growing with what I got, because people don't really care, because they like my content for what it is, and they like me for me. It doesn't matter what the model is. But then on top of that, like I could say that my Vroid actually looked pretty good compared to a lot of other people's, So I was like, this is fine. And I just ran that for like 2 years. So then switching over, and then on top of that, nowadays, if you're seeing people that are doing well with the 3D model, it's typically because they went and, they got a custom one made. And that tends to cost a lot more. Like not many people are messing with Vroid as much. And so then people usually just going either high-end 3D or 2D model across the board. And the switch to the 2D was definitely one I needed because I was literally just, you know, guy with locks in a hoodie with and like I felt like I needed to start to branch off that and start to, like, you know, develop lore or like an outfit, like legitimate design. I feel like sometimes 2D can be a lot easier because you can just do things like, whether it be live 2D assets or whatever, you know, you can do or like adding PNGs to yourself. And then in times before, if I wanted to do special things with my model as a 3D model, I would have to, you know, go commission somebody to get an outfit for it and all that stuff. But I feel like there's it's a lot of steps that you don't have to take with 2D. And then sometimes 3D can also run a lot more on your PC than 2D. Like, so it can kind of limit your content sometimes, and like it might end up being more scuffed than using a 2D. There's just a lot more ease to using a 2D model that and then it's also like very easy to promote a 2D model, and it's usually what people are looking for anyways, especially if you find the right artist and it ends up looking really good. And like it's really easier. It's a lot easier for like TikToks and stuff to use a 2D than a 3D, at least in my opinion. So I definitely feel like 2D was good for me, but and like especially with, you know, how much traction I had gotten since the 2D. However, I still do enjoy 3D to the point where, like, if I would go back and like go and get a new like model in 3D, I probably would if I had the funds, because I do enjoy 3D. I feel like 3D is very fun, very expressive compared to 2D. I feel like you can just do so much with 3D, whether it be like the expressiveness, or, you know, the hand tracking, or, you know, whether it be like putting the model in VR chat or doing things like, you know, working in 3D spaces. There's just a lot that you can do with 3D that's really fun that 2D is limited in. So like I see the benefits of both.
Okay, so it's a both sides kind of thing. Okay, I get that completely. I do see that. You did mention with the 2D and how you kind of grew since then. I mean, a lot of people kind of may have found you within this past year due to your live 2D debut. Your trailer fucking exploded. I've never seen, even before the trailer, your teasers exploded, but your trailer fucking like nuked VTuber Twitter for like a good day and a half.
That was crazy.
How did you feel when that happened? Because I don't think I've ever seen that on a degree for like a VTuber in general, but especially a Black VTuber. I've never seen that shit blowed the fuck up. So how did that feel in that moment? Like, walk me through the process of how it felt to become a billionaire. Just tell me.
All right, not the billionaire. I whenever I was building up to get my model done, like I know everybody kind of debuts in different ways, whether it be like, oh, I'll just go live with the new model, or oh, I'll set a debut, but I'll still be live with the model before the debut, or what have you. Like I'm the type where, like, if I plan something, I kind of want to just like get it ready and then just go out with a bang. And so that's why I was like, I want to make sure I get all my overlays done, my stingers, my music done, I wanted everything just like neatly wrapped in a bow and then just released it, right? But I was having trouble figuring out when everything would get finished. So I didn't know when to debut. So I was like, let me just slide these little snippets of like my fangs or something like that. And then it just started like blowing up. I don't know. I was like, what the heck? Like, then I like shake my titties on one of them, and that went crazy. I was like, okay, yeah, people wilding, like
slut, yeah.
Y'all are thirsty, like, damn. So I was like, okay, well, this seems to be working. So until I figure out a debut date, I'm gonna just do these little clips and show a little, like, piece by piece, but I'm not gonna show you like everything at once or anything until I'm ready. And then I finally was ready to go and find the date, and then I had got that trailer out, and like that was like when I finally revealed like what my whole face looked like, and like the hair, like the whole package. Everybody just like started freaking out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? Like, people were making hashtags, and then I'm like whoa, like these numbers just keep climbing. Like my notice just blowing up that whole weekend. I'm like it's still we just started this announcement and the debut's in a week and it's blowing up already. Like I'm sitting here chilling and I get DMs from Kuma like, oh my gosh, you're on VTuber news. I'm like, what? Like that I would never think I would be on some VTuber news channels over me just announcing a debut, you know? Like it just kind of felt like a movement and like I went from being like nervous to kind of like confident, but then also nervous because of how many people like just like saw me because I've never been seen to that degree. So it was a very interesting, like exciting yet like nervous week because I was like, oh my god, am I even gonna like is this debut gonna live up to everybody's hype? But sure enough, like on debut, it was a good time and like just that whole process of revealing the model and debuting it is just something that I still like look back on and like kind of like all I have to do is hear the music I use on the debut trailer, and then I just get the nostalgia of that whole week. You know, it's a really feel good feeling because it was a lot of fun.
It's really cute. It was really cute. It was really cool to see. It was very, it was a very eventful time in the community. I think it was very jovial. It shows that like how supportive everyone can be, and it was just really nice to see that work out for you. I mean, when that whole thing was blowing up, what was the most surprising thing? Like, who's the most surprising person that came to your door or that you got a follow from? Or like, what was the like most like, oh shit, like damn bitch, like I didn't expect to see you here kind of notification or moment that you had?
Like I think it was I'm trying to think. I want to say I had gotten some V Shoujo follows that I was like, wait, what? Like, hello? Like, y'all see me too? And then the whole like the VTuber news concept surprised me. And then like just like there was just a lot of big names that I always like see around that, you know, just to think that my stuff could Iron Mouse. That was actually before. Iron
Mouse.
That was actually when I was a 3D.
She's always been out here. I'm gonna give her credit. She be out here paying attention.
So shout out to her for, you know, always like looking into all sorts of streamers. So she had like seen me around before. But then like, you know, just the fact that my stuff had so much traction that like anybody just would scroll on Twitter and then see me, like whether it be like someone like from Vshoujo or like I want to name names, but then I don't want to sit here and say the wrong name and like I'm mistaking people, so I'm not gonna name who to be honest. But there has been a few that I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know. I know people usually like do the thing where they like screenshot everybody and they're like, oh my god, all these people. But I was.
Thank you for not doing that. I would have shot you.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I got enough clout going on right now. I don't need to be sitting here being like, oh my gosh, the Trey. No, I'm honored to get the follows from a lot of people like them, but I'm not gonna sit here and broadcast it to everybody, of course. But it does feel nice to be like recognized and seen, and that people also like, whether it be like as little as a follow or them responding to my tweets or what have you, like I just think that like if they see my stuff and they follow me, they just like, it kind of just shows that they probably like, you know, mess with my design and that they like, you know, what I had going and what I wanted to put out to show.
That's true. I mean, it was successful. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, since that boost, I mean, what has it looked like for you, and what does success look like for you? Because I kind of am curious. I know you're like, oh, there's bigger Black VTubers than me. I'd ask you to name them because I'm like, who? But like, what will success look like for you where you're kind of like, yeah, I have created a platform for myself. I've worked very hard and I can kind of see a different point of view due to how like up there I am now.
Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Repeat the question.
So it's a loaded question because what does success look like for you where you can feel like you've made it as a content creator?
Okay. So initially with that debut, because like one thing I did want to see was after I did the debut, how my numbers would be, of course. So then I debated on just doing like a simple, just like normal stream for a debut, and then immediately just do normal streams after that to just see how they did. But I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and do the full on like uncapped donathon and then just like have my fun and then just see from there. And like, so like after the donathon was over and I went back to the normal streams, then like people just started pulling up like crazy still. And I was like, wait, what? Like around that time, I was, getting like, easily over 100 people in per stream. And that was like without any raids really. And I was like that at that point, I was like, wow, like that. And then the fact that I was able to apply for partner all of a sudden, that was a very fulfilling experience because I'm like, wow, like to think that I could even get to that point is kind of crazy. And then I was like, okay, like I can't wait to go for that partner badge and things like that. And then around the time that like the summer was ending though, and then I was also like not posting like that because I was blowing up on TikTok as well. And then like I had like slowly stopped posting as much on TikTok. And then the summer was ending. And then that's when it was just like, I get the email from Twitch and they're like, guess what? You didn't get that partner badge because all your viewers are raid viewers, which at the time they were like, oh, you can go and check your little, your little stats. And you can see how the percentage of your viewers that are raiders. And even like after taking that percentage out, I was still above the threshold, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and fight for that because I'm just like, I do want the partner badge, but I'm not gonna feel like fulfilled until like I can consistently like keep those numbers again and then just get it naturally. Because I do get the question of like, oh yeah, well, why don't you apply for partner again? Like try and apply again and all that. Because I can. But after like the summer dying down and then like me kind of like dropping in the numbers, I'm kind of just like, I won't even feel fulfilled. Like even if they did decide to give me the partner badge, like just for luck, I would not feel right unless I'm like at least back to that point where I can just like normally get that amount of people in, and I'm like, all right, now I'll apply because then I feel like I have like I guess earned it.
Yeah.
But because I do see a lot of people go and they do their thing and then they get their partner badge and then they just it just drops right after that. And I kind of just don't want that situation. I just want to naturally, like I'll feel fulfilled when I have a large community naturally by just, doing me and, and however long that takes, because I know that some people can even you can, argue that I just blew up in a few days from that debut.
It's not true. Not true. Because I was there. So anybody says that, I'll kill you. Go.
But yeah, I'm kind of just like, let me just go at my own pace. And, if we do get partner this year, then cool. I've kind of been looking towards not only just because I realized that another thing when it comes to like viewing my own success is it kind of looks different on each platform. Because again, the TikTok blew up. Like I have like over 100,000 followers over there, and like it would like some like TikTok's very volatile. And it's whether it's on the algorithm or not. So then it's kind of like, even though there's all those numbers there, it's kind of just I don't measure the success there because I'm just you kind of just slap a clip up there and you see how it does.
Right.
And then like beforehand, I've kind of only just been focusing on solely the Twitch. But then I think after the partner situation, it's kind of just like, okay, maybe I should probably start looking at my success on, like YouTube, for instance. Because, and then sure enough, like I do put out a few videos and then those had actually been doing well, like more than like better than some of the other videos I'd posted, and like it's surprising. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I should actually start focusing on there a little bit as well. And then because I feel like YouTube success can go go a little farther, and it's less random than Twitch. Because Twitch, your success can rise and fall so quickly, and it's very random. And I just feel like I'll feel better once I get my foot in the ground on YouTube, and then I guess steadily still grow on Twitch. But I'm still trying to figure this stuff out myself, so I'm kind of just rambling about how I've been seeing things lately.
I mean, you seem like you've taken a lot of time to like be introspective and think about it. You're kind of talking like me, because the stuff you're saying out loud is the stuff I say to myself in my head. I'll like overanalyze and think, okay, what is the growth here? What is it like there? Like, you verbally saying this feels nice to kind of hear, because I'm like, okay, is it just me that like, am I giving too much of a fuck, or is this like proper analysis? But it seems like it is. I mean, in terms of success, and this is a very honest question, but in terms of success, if you had to give a ratio, like 80, 20, 30, whatever, what ratio would say your success is being hindered by you being Black in this space and just like your own work ethic? Like, because I know sometimes it's like, yeah, maybe it is because I'm Black, but also maybe it's because I haven't uploaded anything in 3 months. So how much of that do you think is like, yeah, I could work a little harder, or no, like these things are actually stacked up against me?
I feel like I do have a lot of times actually where I get pretty lazy when it comes to the amount of work to put in, and like it's times like that where I kind of just need to remind myself that like it's already difficult to, and for some people, like you gotta really put your stuff out, or else you're not gonna grow from it. If you just sit around and do nothing, so that just goes for everybody. But then I feel like, just like in a real life scenario, I feel like, when you are a Black content creator, you do have to put in that extra work to really, than the average like basic streamer or content, whatever, you usually do need to put that extra foot in to actually try and get yourself seen. I feel like sometimes, a lot of the time actually, because there's actually, there's hundreds and hundreds at this point of Black VTubers, but then how many do you see around? None. I can only count on one hand the amount of partnered Black streamers I see. I feel like that, and it's crazy because you see so many VTubers in general blow up. So then I feel like there is a point where you, it is just up to your own effort and your work ethic. But then I feel like as a Black content creator, then you have to just, kick it in gear even further to get through.
Pause. I want to ask you a good question though, since you are here and we're all here, and you said you can't name 5. I can't name 5. I'm not even gonna try. I mean, I could, but it would be embarrassing, and I don't want to be embarrassed, so I'm not. But you say we have to do a lot of work, and I agree, it's twice as much work to get like maybe half the results. But in your opinion, like, if this was like the future, if we're rubbing a crystal ball and it's like fashion police or whatever, like, and you could predict a trend, give me like 5, since you know so many fucking every damn body, give me 5 like underrated Black VTubers like right now that are like, these people, if they don't pop off now, it will be later, if not today then tomorrow, because they do the work, the content is this, like that, like put us up on game, like give us a pulse, like you have your pulse on the community.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me think, because there's a lot of people, both like some are doing some are growing well, doing well. Some are very much under the radar. If I had to pick somebody like off rip, I would definitely say Mako Marcy is definitely someone who needs some praise. Like I feel like he's very under the radar, but then he is very, very chill, very entertaining. He plays a lot of different stuff. He's very, very talented and works hard. Like, everything that you see on his stream is because of him, whether it be, you know, not just, you know, the games he plays, like his model, his emotes, you know, and not just normal like standard emotes, but, you know, animated, like he does animations, stinger, like you name it, he can do it.
Yeah,
like,
Mako did our emotes. Mako did our Pug Please, so thanks Mako for those. That's a good one. Okay, you got Mako, you got 4 left.
Yes. Definitely Luzora.
Zora?
Yes. I actually did not run into her until shortly before I debuted. So like literally within the year, but then after like it only took maybe a couple streams and then I already like felt right at home in her streams. She's just very, very down to earth, which I feel like is something that's very hard to find in the VTubing scene sometimes. I feel like one thing that a lot of Black VTubers have over other VTubers is just like, I feel like a lot of them are very down to earth and chill and just like really good and entertaining personalities. And they're not just making like the same 2 jokes over and over like a lot of other big content creators. Zora is definitely one of those people that I just really feel like I felt like I was close to them just by watching a few of their streams because of how like animated and fun and entertaining they are. And I just genuinely think that they also have a very great design. I just think that they really deserve their flowers, and I hope that they grow further and further.
Okay, so we got Mako, Zora, and the Crystal Ball. 3 more.
Let's see.
Don't look at chat. Get it out of your own brain. Chat can play the game too.
No. I'm not.
Don't look.
I'm trying to think of.
I'll give you my 5 after if it helps you. I have them off the rip because I already wrote it down. I didn't. I'm gonna make it up on the spot, but
okay. This is gonna be a very like all right answer, but like I feel like definitely you are among one of the people who should really be getting there. Yes, I will say you.
No, I was gonna tell you can't say me.
No, it's too late because you should have said that at the start. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it now.
I didn't think you were because you didn't say me first.
Listen,
so I was like, if it's not me first, it's not me at all, baby.
Well, no, because I feel like you bring out a lot of conversations that a lot of streamers don't choose to. Even outside of that, I think you're a very entertaining person. Like whether you're just sitting there talking to chat or doing art or watching video, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like you're always just very very entertaining to watch and very funny, making me and anybody in chat laugh. It's always a very good time. I feel like the clips you put out and things, very good. I feel like it's very important to put out your own content because if you know, how are you going to be seen if you don't put your stuff out, you know? And I feel like what you do put out is definitely quality and very funny. You know, I do think that your talk show is also something very entertaining and good, that you can pull so many different interesting and entertaining guests. I do think that you deserve to be seen way more than and I've always thought that since the beginning, to be honest. I just genuinely think that
I'm blushing. Oh my god. I'm shy.
It's okay. But you are definitely among those 5. It's not, I don't know what's the word. I just had a brain fart. It's not every day that I run into someone like you. I think that you're just your own aura that I have not found on anybody else on this platform. So I think that you definitely should be
You're going to my
uplifted.
Aura. He's looking at my aura, y'all. Oh my god. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think that's like, I know you took that compliment from like the depths of your fucking like soul, so I really appreciate it. That does mean a lot. The feeling is obviously mutual, so I would put you in my number 1, but I really appreciate that. So I'll take that very much so. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your authenticity with that. Your answers so far.
Of course, of course.
But you're not gonna butter me up that much. Who's the fourth and who's the fifth?
All right, let me. I need one of those like Jimmy Neutron brain blasts. Give me a sec. Man, this is tough.
Isn't it tough? There's so
many. It's very hard to just categorize, be like, oh, no, like I don't want it to seem like, oh yeah, these are my top 5 Black VTubers. The rest of y'all ain't shit. No, like I want.
These are just the 5 that we have off the rip that we're gonna promote. But I mean, obviously, we always try to use our platform to like uplift people. So I'm like, hey, people are here. Let me just take the moment to like put some names out there for y'all to watch, because everyone's like, I don't know any other Black VTubers. I'm like, 5 off the rip right now.
I would.
Damn, Shaq's getting beat up in the chat right now. I'm sorry. Someone just used their first time chat to curse Shaq out. I'm so sad.
Oh damn.
Well, I would say Shaq too, but Shaq don't stream. So that's okay. And Shaq always be coming in people's streams telling them what to do. But I would say Shaq. I would say Mira, but Mira also streams once a week. But that's okay. I'll be in there every day. So Shaq and Mira, okay. Sad as well. Sad is very innovative with the editing, the content creation. The debut is coming up soon, so that's 3. So I'm caught up to you.
All right. I've got one. Definitely. I'll definitely say Woofy. I think Woofy is somebody that is absolutely amazing artist. I like, of course, for those of you that don't know, like they've already, even though they didn't hadn't fully dived in, they already were a part by like making Shizzy's model, and then of course they like started diving in themselves and trying to get their design going. And I just feel like she's very entertaining, very funny, very chill, down to earth. Again, just great artist, whether it be like, the models or the emotes, like what have you. Like she just puts out some really good stuff. Very friendly as well. It's like I literally just upon meeting her just felt right at home in her chat and stuff. Her chat's also very welcoming, so I feel like she has a very nice and solid community that deserves to get even bigger.
Yes. Okay, that's your 4. You got one more.
Yes, and for the 5th one, I will go ahead and say my amazing model mama, Love Mora. I feel like she is definitely one of the the sweetest people I've met on, like, since starting. I like just working with her, amazing. Like she's just so sweet, so helpful, even like outside of just my model. It's like she was just always willing to like help me on because like, as I said, I wasn't sure when I was gonna like when my debut date would be, and then trying to figure out like trying to like tighten these loose ends and stuff. She was there to try to help me through it, and she's just very, very sweet. And on top of that, like the model itself, oh my gosh, like I already love her art. Hence why I got my reference, through her. And then whenever I had heard about her doing, starting models, then I was like, oh, like, hey, you squeeze me in there, because I would be honored to. Like, I feel like she definitely has an art style that I don't really like. I don't really see a lot of VTubers just like gravitating to. I feel like it's very different.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like her models and her rigging, very, very high quality, amazing. I mentioned before how there's different people that have came to me about how, I seen you doing your thing and VTubing, and it's given me the courage to start VTubing in my own skin and things like that. I feel like she does that tenfold, not only as a VTuber herself, but also just as an artist. I see a lot of artists that, of course, she even has, YouTube videos about her like live 2D process and things like that a lot of people have came to like learn from. I feel like she inspires not only just people who are looking to VTube, but as well as just artists in general on how to do things, and maybe how to do like just whether it be the live 2D and the 2D models, but also just how to do different black hair. Whether it be like, I love her curly hair, like the way that she did my hair, absolutely amazing. Like she knows her shit, and she deserves her flowers. And I feel like the bigger she gets, then the more other artists, maybe even other live 2D artists, would learn from her and represent people better, and give more people the courage to step up and try VTubing with different hairstyles and different looks.
Yes. Okay, we got it. The magical ball is put away. We did it. Good job, Keishan. That was a series of questions, and you answer them. That was good for you. That was a little pop quiz, and you performed. I'm very proud of you. So, with that being said, I'm gonna divert to another question that I feel like this might turn to a bit of a debate. Depends on what side of the fence you're on in this matter. It's kind of a bit of a topic that's been kind of hot for a little bit, but ass or titties?
Oh. You see, they call me Peach and Shinobi for a reason. Your boys gotta go with ass. I love both, but it's just the way they make it clap. It's undefeated. That when that shit fat enough, I can't deny it.
You are aware people shit out of that.
We ain't gonna talk about that. All right, we gonna assume that they maintain a proper hygiene and they stay nice and clean. I ain't saying I'm about to eat some booty loops or nothing and go all up in there. I'm just saying I like a nice shape. It's I like the waves. When you do your thing, it's just great. It's just that gravitational pull. We ain't gonna talk about what happens in the bathroom, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. This ain't the bathroom, this the bedroom, okay?
So the ass is prevalent in the bedroom. Are you saying you do anal?
I mean, I don't.
Wow.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Go ahead and piss me off tonight. Go ahead. Piss me off tonight.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not get.
Oh my god! You put your thumb in it, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like put both in it. I kind of like spread it open a little bit. Yeah.
You're a dirtbag. You're a fucking dirtbag. Oh. Ooh.
not the gross eating it like the groceries.
Damn. You're going to hell for sodomy. Anyways. Keishan.
You gotta keep them in place with the thumb hook.
Let's keep them in place. I cannot. Okay.
Yeah, whenever your significant other, they getting out of line, just get the good old thumb hook in there. They'll shut right up.
You have a girlfriend, don't you?
And she'd shut up too.
Whoa, okay, I'm not gonna support. I'm not. Don't start down on my platform, please. Don't do that over here. I was gonna have a nice segue to be like, oh, you're like one of the first VTubers to ever actually get a girlfriend. How did you do that? But you said you're gonna put your thumb in her butt to shut her up.
No. That's not how I did it. Okay, that's not how I did it. All right. This is that technique is, you know, after the ship has sailed. You know, when we're out in the ocean doing our thing, then that's when the hook, you know, you get the hook out. But before that, that's not how I hook them in.
How did you hook? How did you hook them in? How did you confirm someone to know this side of you and still want to be with you?
See, I just be chilling.
Shut up. Don't start that bullshit with me. Don't piss me off.
Listen. I mean, I'm not wrong though. I kind of, you know, I just do my thing. I crack my jokes, and like, I mean, I'll say I've attracted people in different ways. Like, I've had my times where I was like very flirty, and you know, did my thing with a little bit of confidence and secured the bag. But then there's other cases, you know, like this case where, you know, you just be yourself and, you know, have a good time, make your jokes, and connect with somebody in a similar way because, you know, this person in question is just as weird as me. So when they match your weirdness, then it tends to be a good time. And after a while, and just, you know, spending more and more time, then I just knew that, you know, she was the one to get that thumb later.
Wow, you didn't have to say that last part, but I do appreciate how nice and authentic that answer was of you just being yourself. I mean, you guys, I learned because I saw the video, I saw the clip on Twitter that was posted about it, and I said, oh my God, I know that's not who I think it is out there. Because I've kind of, like I said, I've known you since you were 3D boy, and literally we've talked in call, and I've known your endeavors, and I swear some of these people you just pulled straight out of a pentagram when you would start talking to them. You're like, I'm talking to this person. I'd be like, that is a demon. You really shan't indulge in that kind of content. So I am very pleased that you did not summon this girly pop out of a pentagram. But
yes,
I'm very happy for you. How did you feel when that clip popped off? Because I mean, whoa. First of all, Valentine's Day, very bold day to make that move. You had the confidence of 1,000 men. Like,
sometimes it's all you need. No, on a serious note, I was not. I was. If that was anybody else, of course, like those, you know, pentagram women, I would have not have asked on stream that type of shit. Okay, that's very, very risky, because what if I sit here and I'm like, hey, yo, you trying to be my boo thing, and then they're just like, ew, no, like, and I would be look, that clip would have blown up just like the one that went out, but just in a whole different. It wouldn't be like, oh, it'd be like ha ha, and I'd be like, damn, I probably would have been on hiatus. It would have been
hiatus. Oh hell.
Yeah, not during Black History Month. I'm out. I'll be back next month. Melanin March. Yeah, but we had been talking and spending time for a very long time, and I was just very sure, like I'm very relaxed around her, and vice versa, and I just felt like if I did, and you know, got her a little something for Valentine's Day on the side, and you know, just went for it, then she'd probably say yes. And like, honestly, when she went to go get her gift from me, then I was literally like second guessing. I was like, should I really do this on stream? Like, I
You're
don't
crazy
know
for
about
that.
this. So then I was like, I literally just typed in the chat. I was like, do I ask? And then I saw like a couple yeses. I was like, all right, let me.
Why'd you ask in the chat?
Yeah, listen. Because what if, like, I don't know. You never know. I was just like, the people in the chat were people very like close to her. So I was just like, let me. I was like, should I really do this on? And they were like, yeah, just go for it. I was like, all right. That was the little push I needed because I'm a wuss at the end of the day. Hence, the Wuss Wednesday stuff. So I was like, let me just go for it and see what she says. And I felt like Valentine's Day would be a great time to ask. Easy anniversary as well, but that's not the main reason. But
nigga, sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to do something special. So I just hope that she what's the word? Enjoyed that day. I'm finna cry. Okay. But yeah, so then like I didn't expect her to post it. Like of course immediately people in chat clipped it, but I didn't expect her to post the confession. So then whenever she did, and then like I started seeing that shit started going in the thousands. I was like, wait, what? Hello? Then like all of VTuber Twitter knows now, and like literally that whole week, even actually like the past few days, still either my chat or her chat, there's like somebody popping in like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cute, congrats. It's like, okay. Very, very sweet. And it's nice that everybody was supportive of it, because I know that there's all those freaking VTuber relationship debates people be having and shit.
I mean, VTubers shouldn't have any room to debate on relationship because nobody's dating anyways. You were one of the first VTubers to ever get a girlfriend in history of ever, as far as I'm concerned. So since you are basically the Riz Master, and during Black History Month, a win for Black love. If you are the Riz Master, okay, we're going to do a little RP scenario for all these people in chat who are desperate to know how you did it. I'm going to be a girl, and you're going to try to spit your game and show us that confidence.
Hey, okay, wait. That's kind of on the spot, though. Like.
But I'm a girl, and it's on the spot.
Not because, like, you see, I do my thing, but like, not just like that. Like, just because they saw a clip, without understanding the context of the actual, relationship itself. People coming in, oh yeah, man, Riz and Shinobi, the hidden Riz village and the Wizard of Oz, like no. All right, I am I'm very much a dork. I like sometimes.
I mean, no, because you did your thing in that video. You didn't say I'm kissing you, I could be my girlfriend. You said some shit like you said some shit like, you want to be my girlfriend, like you want to be you want to be my girlfriend, like you put the bass in your voice.
Sometimes you gotta do a little tone switch, I was like, she was getting her little teddy bear and all that, and I wanted to have the little cutesiness, but I had to get to the serious questions. I had to get that tone switch in. So it was the tone switch. Your voice is probably your passive Riz rather than like your active Riz. It made me nervous because I didn't even know what the context of the video. I was like, he about to ask some shit because why is he so quiet? And he said, you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, oh my God, this dude is unstoppable. Who is this guy? Like, that's crazy. Like, that was literally, I don't think there's anything more bold you could do now. You could literally walk out ass naked, dick swinging, and I don't think that would be half as bold as... Not the meat out. Yeah, I don't think that could be half as bold as what you did. I really... Don't do a public wedding proposal, though, if you ever get to that point. Like, take this win and do what you will with it. Are you the type to do a public wedding proposal? Because... I don't know. That's kind of a That's something I have to figure out. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be a little scary. I think we should stick to the rivers and the streams that we are used to, you know? Because if I see you get down on one knee in public, I'm throwing a rock at your head. Because one, you're making it uncomfortable for me because I have to go witness someone else being in love, which is very weird because I just came out to get an ice cream cone today, and I think that's a little inconsiderate of you to do.
Yeah. I feel like there is that. Like it's like it's like the whole stream thing when they're like asking her, but then like tenfold because it's in public. Like now, I feel like realistically, especially when be seeing them clips of people like fumbling, I don't need that to be me. And I also feel like that's a way, like some people do it because they're like, oh yeah, it's risky, but like they might like that. Nah. I feel like you're better off, being in a romantic setting with said person. You're doing your thing, and like you cranking that riz up to max, and then you dropping the question when it's you and her, like not me, her, and everybody at the mall or some shit.
Everybody at the mall. You're not gonna propose at the swap meet?
Ain't no way.
The rodeo, whatever you people be doing.
Not the rodeo.
Okay, well, that was a nice little introspection. I just had to ask because I was like, well, that is something that like happened to you recently, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And Valentine's Day passed, and everybody was all like, "Oh my God, love!" And I was just kind of like, "Oh my God, love!" Like that was really good. Like you impressed me. You shocked the Vtuber community once again. You always knew the way to wow us. But with your whole insight and seeing this community in 2 years, especially because this community's been on fire recently, if you have not noticed. What are your current thoughts on the state of it? Like, what do you think is fucking going on? Like, I'm asking you, mano y mano, what the fuck is going on right now? What do you think is going on right now? What is going on right now?
I just think people are bored and they just like, all right, let's amp everything else. Like, let's just amp every little thing up. Because man, like the amount of like people are just at each other's throats, and then like it's getting to the point where like people are just like doing like whether it be arguments and quote retweets to death threats and DMs. Like I'm like, whoa, like y'all need to calm down. Like I feel like there's at least in the past, there was like different phases of things going on in the community, like things for people to do, right? Like I feel like 2020 that was very Among Us type deal, or like there's always like something popping going, but then like lately it's been just kind of stagnant. So then they're like, all right, what's a VTuber? What's something we can all just amp up and rally about in on Twitter, since we have nothing to tweet about, Yeah, it's been very interesting seeing all the events lately.
Okay, I made a tweet, and you tell me how you think. I'm gonna bring up my own tweet. I said on the 23rd of February at 12:03 on my lunch break, I said, VTubing is a creative medium. It has so much potential, and I can't wait for this era of inauthenticity / idol wannabe meta to die because it's whooping y'all's ass. Do you feel like the idol wannabe meta that people are doing, the idol VTuber, like the parasocial, like whatever, that type of traditional dynamic corporate type of meta that we see maybe lacking of inauthenticity, do you think that meta is unstable? Like, what do you think about that?
I'd say yes, in that I feel like people are, which I understand that like a lot of these people do get the idea of being a VTuber from like that whole culture. And but I feel like people kind of just are trying to ride that wave a little too hard sometimes. I feel like at the end of the day, everybody is still just, they're a streamer, content creator, whatever term you want to use, and they kind of need to find their own identity, but then like they're kind of just trying to hop on trends of these, you know, corporate idol, all that stuff. And then some people do it well, don't get me wrong. But then you see situations where it's like you're kind of doing too much, and you probably should just like, I don't know. It's it's very like people are very quick to move on, move on from one thing to the next. Like, I mean, I saw an early example of it again when everybody was making that 3D to 2D switch. Of course, I do understand why people switched to 2D, but I feel like it was because of those explanations you mentioned that people were making that switch in the first place, and you know, trying to get those types of models out and going, and like even to the point where people will spend like their life savings to try and, you know, get all of, whether it be the model or the rigger of somebody, or like, you know, very, very, very popular artist, very popular rigger that worked with such and such, or trying to get all this money put together so you can have these quality idol performances and all that stuff, and then like end up breaking the bank. And then you, like, time and time again, you see VTubers coming out like, oh my god, like I put X amount of dollars into this and nothing, and I got nothing out of it. No, but it's like, none of us told you to do that.
Nobody.
You know? No, not even your few followers told you to do that. You decided upon yourself you should do that because you saw how X, Y, and Z up there was doing that shit, even though they're like either supported by corporate, or they were just, you know, lucky and, you know, did well on the algorithm or something, you know. But there so many people trying to just jump on to like what other people are doing ends up being to their detriment.
Okay, so trend hopping can be deadly, and that is true. There's this thing that says following the algorithm kind of doesn't create a long-term audience. You're just kind of chasing trends rather than organically growing an authentic and caring fan base. Like, I think you're on the path to growing and have been growing a very authentic and organic community because they support you for you and what you do no matter what. Whereas maybe some people just kind of get followed through because like they have like the cutest model from this popular artist or whatever. I mean, I did kind of make a tweet a few times ago about like, you know, if there's like such a thing as nepotism babies for like VTubers, like saying like, oh, if you had a popular model parent, does that blast your career off? Like, do you think like the model parent matters? Like, do you think like it does blast people's careers off? Or do you think like it's just kind of like, you're on your fucking own? Like, it is what it is.
Absolutely not. I think just because, like, I feel like the only thing that you're going to get is that quality, but then people don't really see it that way. People kind of see it as like, oh yeah, I get that quality, and because I get that quality and that name behind it, then everybody's gonna pull up and I'm gonna do just as well as X VTuber. And I won't name names, but like I remember at some point somebody came out with their model and blew up, and then the next thing I know, I see so many people rushing to their artist, and like all these people left right, to the point where like the following, I want to say 6 months, I just saw back to back people just trying to pull up with that same artist. And did those people do as well as said person? No, not in the slightest. You know, what ended up happening was you ended up just getting a whole lot of that, you know, type of model. And then all these people who were expecting to be to that, like, you know, to the success of the original person, but it wasn't like, of course, the original model has its, it does have its appeal and its effect on their viewership or their success, but then with that comes their effort that they put into their content as well. And like at the end of the day, you're not them. You know, so just because you got a similar model, doesn't mean anything if you're bland and you're not doing anything different, as opposed to the person who did blow up, which, keep in mind, they probably also blew up not only because they had a good model, but then because they were constantly putting out their content, like their clips or their videos or what have you, you know?
So do you think that the VTuber community kind of has like a bland, like what do you think the scene is? Like if you had to like taste test it, do you think it would be like spicy, sweet, sour? Does it need cinnamon flavor? Like what is the taste of the community? Is it bland?
I'd say it's. I'd say like. Hmm. I'd say it's a little bit like the Sour Patch type deal, where it's like first they're sour, then they're sweet. Like I feel like the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of sourness going on in it. But then like if you go deeper in and you like find the right people in the right communities, then it'll be sweet, of course. But there's a lot of like wishy-washy and like fakeness to a lot of different VTubers, to be honest. Like a lot of switch ups. Like it's very all over the place. So that's definitely in the grand scheme of things sour. But then I will of course say sweet because I do find I do I sit in my bubble kind of. I feel like in the past I used to like go all about and meet everybody, which I still do, you know, talk to a lot of different people, but for the most part I kind of chill in my bubble because I'm like there's a lot of weirdos, and I know these people are all right, so I'm good over here with the sweetness. I'm not going to sit here and like keep trying to taste test and running into more sour, you know.
Yeah, I mean, are you aware how people feel about VTubers as a whole, like outside of this medium, outside of this niche? Like, they want VTubers beheaded by noon because of how they're being perceived on like a grand scale of things, which is very not positive right now. The PR for VTubers is at an all-time low, I would say. What are your thoughts on that matter? Like in terms of like the PR, like do you agree? Do you think it's like, yeah, it's warranted. This is kind of whack. Like that's kind of how it is, or like, are you kind of like, no, like it doesn't have to be this way. It's not that harsh. I feel like it's like it sucks kind of in a way, but I do want to know how you feel.
I the general like consensus to like from the outside, I know there's a lot of like VTubers. Nah, I'm good. Like I'm good watching who I watch or watching normal people or you know. Um and I actually completely understand that sentiment, to be honest. Like there's a
Yep.
like whether it be just how the person is like how certain VTubers just are as a person, but then also just like how some of them present themselves can be kind of you know like weird to some
Hmm.
people. Like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like there's so many VTubers that do shit that you won't see a day-to-day person do. You
Hmm.
know, if you're walking out on the street, like some of the shit these VTubers say, they would not say if they're like to like out in everyday life or you know in a room with somebody or you know I just and I feel like it's because of that it's similar to like if you're a normal person, you know, you watch content, but then you see these VTubers and then they act like that, and you're like the fuck, like you know, like there's that disconnect is already there. So then when you see that, especially when you see that in a lot of the bigger names and stuff too,
Hmm.
like the ones that they throw in your face, and you see that weirdness, then you're gonna generalize that all the different VTubers are like that. There's been so many times where I've had somebody come in my chat or like comment on some like a video or whatever, saying like, I don't even watch VTubers, but you're pretty cool. Like I mess with you and
Hmm.
stuff like that because I'm not sitting here doing all this weirdness. And I feel like people of course it just goes to show that people generalize a lot of VTubers in the same bubble in the same uh I guess like the VTubers have their demographic,
Hmm.
and people outside of it can be challenging to dive in as well. And I feel like there's even cases where I've known people who just did not mess with them at all, but then you know they started to watch my streams, and then past that, they started to like, whether it be through raids or people like mutuals that would talk in my chat and stuff like that, they would start going to my mutuals chats, and then like now they just regularly go to everybody's that I know streams, because that group of people, they have normal and entertaining content that's not a bunch of weird shit. So I feel like
yeah, it's warranted, but
yeah.
It is. I mean, the clips have been not the best, and the thoughts have been not the best, but that is kind of who they like shove in our face. Do you think the community is scheduled to go through some sort of meta type shift soon, where like what was popular in like 2020 is no longer popular right now? Like people want something else. Like the table has flipped. Like this is what people are looking for and gravitating towards.
So that I don't know. I felt like this for a while, where VTubing has been in a state where like not many people know what's next. Because like as I mentioned towards the start, it was kind of like everybody having their fun. And there were so many big games back then that everybody would gravitate to. It's like 1 minute everybody's playing Among Us, next minute everybody's playing Faz, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, and then like slowly but surely, like those things haven't really happened, or like things like that haven't really like came out. So then everybody's kind of just like stagnating, and it even like in my personal opinion, I feel like it's even gotten to a point where, although not as much now as I want to say like a year ago, I feel like there was a point where people were literally just doing like it was like subathon, donathon trends, where people were just like doing those like back to back to back, because that's just all there was. People had like, that's like the only idea they had is, let's do a donathon. And like, don't get me wrong, if you have a donathon or a subathon to like for like an anniversary or your birthday or something like that, it's like, yeah, cool. But like some people would just do it to do it, and I'm just like, okay.
Tuesday subathon, Tuesday afternoon subathon, like yes,
yeah,
it was very. That was the scariest time of my life. It honestly was, because it was like even if I had like $1 million, never would I be like donating to all these subathons and donathons, just because that's a lot back to back to back. So maybe we could say that we can't see what's coming next because we're at the end in the terms of like it's just gonna be a big reset. Like maybe we have. Do you think the VTuber community has peaked, or do you think like damn, maybe something else gonna pop off and be the moment, or are you thinking like like we peaked in like quarantine, like it's leveling out now?
Yeah, I'd say it peaked back then because it was new and fresh, and then now it's kind of just intertwined itself into content creation in general. So now it's just like known, kind of like how you start to see slowly but surely you see Twitch and other stuff like recognizing virtual creators. Like I think it's just kind of like, they're not they're not the big thing now, but they're very much a thing that's just normalized at this point.
Okay, yeah, so you think like it's just kind of like it's just a regular kind of content creation type of medium or whatever. I mean, okay, I agree with that. I'll also go further in saying like there are some people who are calling for kind of like a reset where it's like we want different types of content. But do you think, I mean, especially in like the corporate scene, especially like things are kind of changing, corporate and indie maybe aren't getting along as well, in the sense of like corporate things are like taking down like indie news reporting stations. I'm talking about the companies and stuff like that. Like shit is switching and tides are shifting. Where do you think Black VTubers will end up in all of this? You're not like, you can't predict, but in your opinion, as from your personal perspective and all of that, like if the meta were to change tomorrow, would Black VTubers be all right, or would they be like struggling with the rest of everybody else?
I mean, I feel like it'd be like the same type of situation. Like I feel like they wouldn't really go anywhere per se. I feel like it's just kind of a case of still everybody, trying to get through, like, and just grow. Because I mean, I feel like uh, with VTubers, again, everybody got into it for different reasons, whether it be you actually just wanted to be a VTuber, like, like the whole concept. Some people just, they do the face cam streams, but then they, mix a bit of the VTubing on the side. Also, sorry if you hear my dogs in the background.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's my dog, actually. That's my dog.
Yeah. But yeah, so people, dive into it for different reasons and stuff. And who's to say that these people who are VTubing now are still going to keep VTubing? Like maybe they just might go to face streaming if things aren't working out after a while, because it's not like VTubing is the end all be all. Like, you might end up doing better face cam streaming, or you might be doing fine just doing both. I feel like, again, if you are kind of wishy-washy on the VTubing scene itself, then of course there is still the chance of you growing for, like, normal demographics instead of just strictly trying to get more people from VTubing specifically. But yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I don't even know how I'm going to be X amount of years from now, or like the state of the community, the state of, like, the demographic itself, or how, like, what I want to appeal to.
How long are you gonna be doing this? Like, do you have a cap where, like, all right, it's time for me to hang up my headband, like, it's not really profiting, I gotta do something else, I gotta reshift my focus? Or you just be like, oh, this is a hobby kind of thing, like, I'll do it for as long as I'm entertained? Like, what is the stopping point?
Pretty much, like, I feel like there won't be 100% stopping point, but I feel like in due time, if I'm sitting here and I'm working harder and putting more stuff out, and I'm still, like, I'm going by and I'm just, the returns aren't there, then I won't just, wrap everything up and say goodbye. Of course, it probably would just go to, just the normal hobby. And then, of course, if anything happens while it's a hobby, then cool. But at the end of the day, like, it's not like I'm still gonna be, like, playing games and stuff like that. So there's no harm in also streaming it from time to time, but there just won't be as much of a focus.
Okay, that's fair. I understand that. Also, with all that being considered, I guess that's pretty fair. I'm gonna ask you what you would say to someone who's thinking about graduating right now, because I know there's some people in chat probably like, I'm ready to go. I fucking hate it here. I don't want to be here anymore. So, yeah. So, what would you say to someone who's, like, thinking of, I don't want to leave? What would you say to someone who's thinking of graduating? Okay, for the people who are thinking of graduating, for the people who are not, this is not for you. But for the people who are graduating, say someone's like, I'm really passionate about this hobby and I'm creating content, but I'm not feeling the return on it. I should just leave, even if, like, my content is very innovative and engaging. I've been doing this for 2-3 years, 4 years. I'm tired. I want to leave because I don't feel like it's worth it. Like, what would you say to someone who's thinking of graduating?
I mean, it just depends on, again, like, how you view streaming as a whole. Like, if this is something that you're, like, 100% trying to dive into, also, like, how it balances with the rest of your life as well. Like, for instance, of course, if you're not really getting much return, but then, like, you have other stuff going on that's more important, of course, definitely prioritize that. And, like, at the end of the day, like, if you have time to do your other stuff, I definitely would recommend it, because, like, at the end of the day, sometimes it does take a while to get out there. And if you were to just wrap it up completely, then now you're just, you're there's the chance isn't even going to be there. But at least if you can find a way, but I know that's hard as well, to balance, putting in what you can while also just doing what you usually do from your day to day. I feel like that's better off instead of just trying to put 100% of your mental into this just for it to not work out or not do as well as you'd hoped, and then it just shoots your mental down lower, and then it just messes you up for it messes up your mental for when you're doing your actual other life shit, So I just don't psych yourself out.
Well, yeah, I guess to tell those people who are thinking of graduating, do not psych yourself out for the people who are graduating, who are thinking about that. But I mean, would there ever be, I know you said casually for a hobby. I guess I'm thinking, would there ever be a scenario where you would graduate? But I'm thinking no, you seem like you wouldn't. But if a corporation like Hololive or Niji Sanji was knock knock, hey, we like you, we want you in our wave, you come in, are you leaving? Yes or no?
I would not.
You would not answer the phone.
Because what I've built, and whether it be community or just my design, all of that, I'm not just gonna grab that and throw it away for some cash. I feel like this is something that I want to work on and build and grow from individually, and I don't want to just sit here, throw this away to go do corporate for a check, and then go get some other model. Of course, it being napkin colored. I'm good. I like my design.
Okay, what if you got to be black? What if you got to be black, and you're gonna be oh my god, this is the first black corporate VTuber? Would you take the opportunity to make history, or would you stay where you are?
And okay, it's tempting, but at the same time, it's just I don't know how. First off, I would have to pull away from this, and I feel like this is already a part of me, for one. Two, I don't know the longevity of that whole corporate scene, to be honest. I don't know how long I would just be able to be that face in that corporation, and then of course, what if it only lasts a certain amount of time? What if some crap hits the fan and then I gotta graduate? Whoever I don't know. I just that. I feel like that's a lot to consider long term. And whereas, if I'm doing what I can with what I have for myself, then I don't have to worry about other people over me, for one. And then two, if things are going well and then I stay and keep growing through the years, then X amount of years from now, then of course, then I'll still be doing that with what I know is me. Whereas if I'm sitting here corporate, that's not me. That's me playing something. Whereas you see so many different YouTubers and content creators that's been doing what they do for so many years and still able to do it and still have their supporting community. They like them for them. I feel like I wouldn't have that if I went corporate. And then and there's so many people who also support these corporate VTubers, but I guarantee that there's a fraction of those people that support them because they're under that umbrella, right? If they sat here and they looked at their content without having that umbrella and they were just a smaller streamer or something and they were doing the exact same stuff, would they have that love? I don't think so. I feel like there's so many people that are yo, this is Niji Sanji, these are my favorite Niji Sanji people, and or whatever it may be, or whatever corporation. Whereas if they were to leave that, then what? It's not like they would be able to use the same model or any of that either. I just feel like you're just playing your part for an extended period of time
until it's over. So you seem like you're giving like, I want to build this from the ground up. I'm organic with it. Like, I want to be me and get presented for me and build my platform with that sentiment, which I think is very, very valid. I mean, I guess if you went corporate, I would probably know it was you immediately because you're very identifiable. You're a very significant voice. So I think I would probably call you not a slur, but maybe like a name or two underneath your videos so you can get like that traction and stuff like that to like build that momentum. I would aid your career from the outside if you were corporate, but since you're not, I will aid it from the inside since you're here with us. But do you feel like you have any like haters, like since you've been in this community? I know a lot of people talk about the drama and the scandal. Like, do you feel like in your life as Quiche and Shinobi, you develop some people that are probably like, they probably got the evil eye out for me and the shit I do because of some things?
I like the only type of like hate that I've gotten directly has been either like weirdos or like racist people. But in terms of like, do I think I have like people who are just like actively hating me? I personally don't think so, because I haven't done it. I mean, then again, sometimes you don't need to do anything for people to start hating me. But like, I haven't done anything really. I kind of just be chilling, and then I put my shit out, and then if people come through, cool. But I don't actively go out to cause problems or seek problems. I do surprisingly, like once every blue moon, I'll be checking like Twitter, and then like I'll go check something, and then like I find out somebody blocked me. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Why am I blocked? What did I do? But whatever. And then like I know there's those people who get the like the hate DMs, sometimes real, sometimes fake. But I haven't experienced anything like that either. So like literally the only thing I've visibly and directly seen is just the occasional like weirdo or racist in the chat or something like that, and then we just get them out of here.
Okay, would you like to receive a hate DM? I could have it arranged for you by
I guess just out of curiosity as to what they'd say.
Okay, let me I'll have to go on my alternative account actually, but don't worry, I got one for you. I'll cook some up for you in the studio real quick tonight. Me and Kiwi will collaborate on that tonight and get it cooked up for you so you can have something to post later on, because we're gonna get that together in the group chat together.
Sounds good. Can't wait to get those Twitter numbers.
Yes, I hope it works. We got a little bit we can get a little bit at the end. Since we're at the end of Black History Month, you can get one more sneak. But since Black History Month's almost over, what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being it was sensational, Malcolm X came down himself and said that was good, or like 0, 1, like I hated it.
Great question. I definitely on the lower side this year. I think I'd say like maybe like I'd probably give it like a 4.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere around there. Like, and it's like I just feel like it's very kind of quiet this time around.
No noise.
Yeah, like no noise whatsoever. Of course, like people just bringing up like random craziness on Twitter or whatever about like who knows what, whatever topic they can. But Black History Month type stuff, like very, very down low this year. And it's very interesting too, because, of the years I've been streaming, of course, this year at this point, I'm the biggest I've been in order to do what I do for Black History Month. But then even then, and like of course, they've been getting more support than I have in previous years, because I have a larger platform. Like, just like that still doesn't really make up for the fact that it was just very dry this month or this year. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I will say you're like the only one like doing something really more or less. I mean, I tried to have like a MeltySRoom thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna only have black guests for Black History Month, but me having a black guest on here is not really that special. Not to say it's not special in the grand scheme of things, but it's not that special because like you guys aren't like diversity points for me. These are just the people I know. I just tend to know these people, so these are the people that end up here. Like my black guest was like my second or third one, so like, and I just had another
Hmm.
one, so it's like not that big of a deal, but it still matters. But I don't really think it's kind of something to like vouch for because I just know black people on accident, so it's not
Yeah.
really like a big deal for me. But yeah, I would say it made no noise. I do appreciate you using your platform to do what you can, but like it's not your responsibility to highlight it. I think other people could maybe make an effort. Would you like to see an effort from the community to do stuff like that, or do you just feel like it's kind of like, keep it to yourself?
Uh, I personally, I do it because, like, similar to you, like, I don't actively find the people that I go and, pick for these. Like, I just naturally and like accidentally, come across them.
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, of course, I want to promote them when I can. However, do I want all these people to rally up and do that as well or things like that? Not really. I just want to see y'all actually pulling up to their streams. It's kind of like a it's kind of like a Twitch Black Excellence for Black History Month type deal where, like, you get your support for that. Like, they're like, oh yeah, Black creators, and then after that it's like, all right. And then it's like, okay, well, what I would like to see is for y'all to start supporting these people in general. That way we get more Black VTuber partners around here and stuff like that, and more darker faces out here in the
Mm-hmm.
VTubing space. Um, because, man, very, very dry.
It is very, very dry. I believe like one of the comments people said under my post about like, oh, I hope the meta resets or dies or whatever. And someone's like, well, culture takes a long time to cultivate, so it's gonna take a while for the culture to cultivate. And I did not agree because it's fucking Twitter. It's not Machu Picchu. This is the fucking internet. There's no long need for a culture to develop. A culture on the internet could develop overnight because that's how fucking rapid information moves and is transferred. I think the reason for stagnation and maybe a little bit of a stale feeling is because you guys are just watching the same people do the same things. Like I feel like if you just looked a little to the left or like a little to the right, you'd be pretty like surprised at like what everyone's doing. Because I feel like black VTubers alone kind of, like you said in the beginning, bring their own sense of authenticity that they cannot hide because that's just who they are. And I think it's really funny
Mm.
to see that put into like a little anime vessel or like something else like that. Like that is funny to me, like inherently, not even like trying to be. It's just really funny to see people say the things they say and do the things they do, like in a little VTuber model. It's very, I like the juxtaposition of it or whatever the fuck. So
Hmm.
I think that, with that being said, I do think that maybe, hopefully in the future, maybe this year, I'm gonna say this year because I'm hopeful. And if it's not this year, it's, I don't know. But like this year we might experience some sort of a meta shift. I'll put my word on it and say like people are definitely gonna be looking for something new, something a little more innovative, because I feel like people do like VTubers and I do feel like people like to see these things, but I feel like they kind of want something a little unconventional, maybe, which could be entertaining, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, but I'm not too sure on that. But let's switch the topic. Let's switch the momentum for a little bit because I do want to ask you if you were like president for a day or God or whatever the fuck, and you had the option to create a law into existence or get rid of a law that already exists, which one would you do? Are you going to create a law or are you going to get rid of a law? Like, would you make something new? Like, I think this is the new law, or would you get rid of a law?
Hmm. Um. I mean, I probably create, but then I'm like, what would I create? Um. Man. See, like, I don't know if that's meant to be a loaded question, but like,
No, it's just a question. This is a bedroom. You're
all
not on the
right.
stand. You're not on trial.
I mean, because I'm like,
I won't question your
I'm like,
morals if you don't
what
pick
would I
like
take? What would I add?
something serious.
I'm like, okay, what do I know? And I guess I would just like, I guess I would probably do like, probably work on the 13th, but that's the only thing I could think of. So I guess it'd be like remove or like alter a law just to get rid of any form of like, uh, like slavery type, any form of just, um, because I'm not too well versed in like laws that I would want removed, but that's definitely something I do know about and aware about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's gonna be my answer.
So you'd abolish slavery like from existence or something?
Yes.
Okay, that's fun. If I had to do something, I would make cocaine legal in all 50 states.
You have fun with that.
Yeah, because I just think that it would be a little more. I think we should just I would let like all drugs be legal in all states.
Uh-huh.
That would be my law.
Okay.
You're working for slavery, and I'm making drugs legal in all 50 states because I feel like we could tax it, and I feel like everyone could use a little bit of a pep in their step to work on stuff. So that's my thing. Okay. I'm glad we had that conversation. I love how like you went. Do you want to pick another law? Maybe now that you see I'm making cocaine legal in all 50 states.
Like
BBL Tuesdays, like every bitch with a big booty gotta wear Brazilian pants on Tuesday. Like, ooh.
See, I would do something like that, but now I have somebody to be like in my ear, like, "What you looking at?" So I'd probably I probably would not see like past one Tuesday without losing my life. So I don't know. Maybe how about we get some like it's still Black History Month. We got 2 days. How about we get like some like reparations every year? I think that'd be nice. A nice little law.
You're abolishing slavery and you want reparations.
Exactly.
And I'm making drugs legal, and I'm gonna put another law that every Friday, every man below 5'5" has to wear a skirt.
Understandable. Valid.
Okay, so we should run for president together. We should be on the same ticket. You bring the serious issues, and I'll bring the more serious issues.
Okay.
So that will be our platform. Do you have another law that you'd probably get rid of or put into power?
I mean, if we're like bringing up short people, short people they.
I did not bring up short people. 5'5" is not short to me, but go off.
That's very much short.
Not
Anyhow,
to me.
If they got a skirt, they need to get some heels or something too, so they can bring them inches up. Cause y'all little Oompa Loompas, I can't see y'all. Y'all got to get up here.
Okay, for those of you people who do not know, how tall are you?
I am 6'3".
Okay, how tall are you on your knees?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out, because if you keep talking that shit, I'm gonna hit you right in them caps.
I ain't gonna be on my knees. I'm gonna be standing. We're talking about day to day here.
You're really not, because quite literally, 6'3" ain't all that. I mean, if we want to get technical with it, 6'3".
Yeah, it ain't all that. So you need to reach something, right?
I do not. I'm, first of all, for those of you guys who do not know, I am about 5'10". So You know, I'm about 5'10". People sometimes mistake me for being 6'3", sometimes occasionally, but I just kind of have to be humble and let people know that I'm not, because it's just I don't feel the need to be tall because I feel like the smoke rises. There's also air pollution up top. And also you could get hit by a plane. You got to think about that too.
Yeah. You're right. Planes do fly pretty low. So.
And you could be uncomfortable on chairs. So hopefully nothing happens to you where you lose your legs because that's most of your height, right? Unless you have like a tall torso.
I do have very long legs. However, I will say though that none of the hazards you mentioned have had any part in endangering my life or anything with this height. So I think that's just a load of bullshit. And I think y'all really need some like either some heels or like some stilts, something. Y'all too low.
So you hate people in low places?
I ain't say all that now. See, I'm trying to bring people up. That's my point here. I'm trying to bring people up in society.
So what about people in wheelchairs who can't stand up?
Give them bigger wheels.
Nigga, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. That shit didn't make
What you mean? If they have bigger wheels, they gonna be higher up.
No. I don't understand that. Like, I don't see how bigger wheels makes them higher up. I mean, they're not a fucking F-150.
I mean, they are now though. Like it still works. That's the point here.
I think
like
if we run
everybody
Keisha.
Everybody needs their their little boost. I mean, we can have them. I mean, if you don't like that, we can like probably put some books on the seat that they can sit on.
Books on the seat, like a toddler.
Exactly.
You are not running for office. I really think we should change the ticket where I am president and you're vice president, because ain't nobody gonna be listening to shit that
I'm trying to help people.
You're not helping anybody.
I'm trying to help the Black community and the short community.
Nigga, who do you think you are? Like, what are you even talking about? Like, literally, what? You're not helping nobody. I don't think anybody in chat is feeling comforted.
I'm helping y'all. I'm helping y'all because y'all short ass people be shitting on tall people, but then still need our help.
Nobody was talking about tall people till you got in here and came on your pedestal.
You brought it. Okay, so why should people below 5'5" wear skirts then? You brought height into the equation.
Because I think they look cute. I mean, if you tall people want to wear a mini skirt, fine, but I'm not trying to see all of that. Like, I mean, if you want to, I just thought boys under 5'5" would look cute.
So then you're saying, okay, so then you're going against. So you're discriminating. I can't speak. You're discriminating against the tall people then by putting the skirts on the short people?
No, if anything, I'm benefiting y'all because you guys probably wouldn't want to wear mini skirts because you're probably insecure because your legs look like giraffes. But I'm saying yeah. So I'm saying that the 5'5" girly pops and the boys can wear like a little nice mini skirt, and then you guys get to walk around and wear whatever the fuck y'all wear. Pants.
I mean, what if we just had longer skirts to like hide the legs? Like I don't feel right that it's right for you to just be hating on tall people like that. And
you took offense to a generalized statement that I make. It's like, oh, I want people under 5'5".
But you implied that I wouldn't look good in a skirt.
Put the skirt on then, Keisha.
Where it at? Throw it over here.
Come on then. I mean, I'll pop it up on the throne. I'll fund it right now. This would be a Melty'sRoom after hours promise that you will put on a mini skirt, because since you want to act like you're some fucking Malcolm X for long niggas, it's not that serious. You acting like it's that big of a deal when you actually have more privilege being taller than a shorter person would.
That's what I'm saying. And as a privileged individual, I'm
trying to
put those not, I'm trying to put those less privileged up. And you're just
Nobody
hating on that.
Nobody wants your help. You're not putting them up because you want to support
So you're saying
them.
I should not help?
Yes.
You're saying I shouldn't help them?
Because nobody asked for your help, Keisha. That's the point. Like, you're putting them up because
sometimes you need to just lend out the helping hand regardless.
No, that's your tall privilege speaking. You just stay in your place.
What do you mean by that?
You need to stay in your place, monkey. Like, I'm tired of having this conversation with you. I'm rounding about. You keep trying to stop me from landing the plane. You pissing me off real bad because that's what you want. You want me to go there. You want to bring out the Joker.
Don't.
You want to bring out the evil in me. You want to bring out the Joker in me. And I'm trying to be inclusive. I'm just saying,
why not help the little people?
They don't want your help, Keisha.
You don't know that.
Okay, let's ask. Little people in chat, 5'5" and below, do you want Keisha's help to become taller? No. Right there. The main one spoke up. There we go. They saying no.
Nah, because
the people are talking.
You said, okay, so you said 5'5" and below. So you mean to tell me, like, let's say you're below 5 feet on top of that. Then like you just all right being like 4 feet tall?
That goes into little peopleism, and I don't think they can help that.
Actually, I'm talking about the 4 foot range, and there's a lot of people day to day who are actually within that range.
Okay, and they're the Little Women of Atlanta. What's wrong with that?
And you're saying they wouldn't want to be taller? They're okay being so tiny?
Well, we can ask them, but they're not here with us right now.
Well, we did have one in here. My lovely partner, she is like 4'9" or some shit.
Oh my god! And you're talking
like
this about
and you know what?
People?
And that's how I know. See, I have.
So what? You think you can be rude to short people because you're dating a short person?
I'm not saying I'm being rude to short people. I'm saying I know that short people tend to not want to be so short. So I'm here to help.
Okay. Help your girl. The rest of the short people are quite content. Can I get an amen, short people who are content with being short? They are absolutely, the co-hosts are absolutely content.
But you said you're 5'10", so how are you going to speak for people like way shorter than you?
Well, to you, I'm short.
Yeah, but there's, you can't speak for people that are like...
I'm not speaking for them. They're speaking for themselves. They said, amen, inshallah, mashallah. Like, yes.
That's because they just want to agree with your ass because you're the host.
They really don't want to agree with my ass because I'm a host. They'll disagree with me right now. They will because they...
Yeah, they will because they like to listen to you.
They don't like to listen to me. They like to listen to you. They're here for you, okay? This is Melty's room, but they wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Ain't nobody listening to... I'm not a leader. I'm not a cult leader. This isn't a cult. This is Melty's room. This is a safe space.
I'll be ugly. So y'all are equating ugliness to height?
I mean, I think some people come cute short. Oh my god, yeah. I think some people come very cute short, okay?
And I understand
everyone needs to be tall. Like, do you think you'd be cute short?
I'm not saying everybody needs to be tall, but I'm just saying we can at least, even the scales a little bit and like not make, they don't have to be like short. They could just be like decent.
What's
some
decent?
Extra inches.
What's a decent short height where you're like, oh, okay.
I think like if you're in the 5'5" to like a 5'11" range, that's solid.
For a cute short person range?
No. I'm just saying in general, if you were really short and then I was to like provide some extra inches.
Ew.
All right. Anyhow.
Why'd you say it like that? Ew. Nasty.
A cute short height would be like 5'4", 5'5". Okay. That'd be like but anything lower than that is a little too short.
I don't think that's your place to say, and I don't really think short people.
I think it is my place to say because
who asked? Because I don't remember asking that question.
How am I supposed to conversate when I'm like double your size?
I really don't know what you're talking about, Keisha. You're capable. You're just being ignorant because you have that privilege. That's your ignorance speaking.
No, because if I was short, I would want to be taller.
No, like you didn't even think. You didn't even. You're so
I'm just if I wasn't tall, I'd still be advocating because like we need like I would want to be taller.
But there's different genetic makeups. People need to look different, and you kind of sound very dictatorial.
They can look different. They can look different all they want.
In a perfect world, in your perfect world, would short people exist?
Yeah. They just, you know, they just wouldn't be like, they wouldn't be short enough to where you like I shouldn't have to like, I don't know, like sit down in order to actually speak with said person.
Keishan, do you think that the problem is that maybe you're too tall?
No, I'm not, because if I was too tall, why would they have so many things that short people couldn't reach?
What? What?
Like if you're sitting here and you have like there's always like, you know, oh, I can't reach this, I can't reach that. Like if everybody was short, then everybody'd be shit out of luck unless you were running around buying ladders all the time, right?
That's fine, yeah. That makes things
No,
accessible.
that's not fine, because you should be able to just access it.
Who
like access
said
it without having to get a ladder out.
I mean, but people exist and look different, and you're really like short people. Short people are it's fine. It's fine, Keishan. Unclench. Why are you so pressed
this whole time?
No,
you got pressed. You got pressed the moment I said that maybe y'all could be a little taller. Yes.
Because Keishan is just...
You called me a monkey. You can't tell me you're not pressed.
I called you a monkey out of affection for who you are as a person. I didn't call you it in a derogatory way. It's because you got them long limbs. Chimpy.
Why am I here? Look, why you gotta do this? I'm over here being called a freaking primate.
I did. I mean, like, sorry.
Nah, you know exactly what you mean when you said it.
I did.
You said I'm gonna go the extra mile and call this dude chimpy.
I meant it like a cute way, like affectionate, like it was like.
Nah, that ain't no cute.
It was like chimpy, like very like. I said it really cute.
No.
No.
All right, please. I was here to have a conversation, and now I'm just being what's the word?
Silenced.
More than that. I wish it was just silence.
I'm not doing anything
disrespected
else. Keishan, you're
as an African American.
I don't care. You're in Melty's room. Like, it's my room you're in right now. You came over to me. You knocked on my door. I said, oh, I want to spend some time with Melty. This is what happens on Melty's room. See, because if you were here on time and not running on chimp time, you would have known, because I would have been able to give you the speech. Like, I would have given you the speech.
You acted like I actively decided to be late. I did not. I was busy today. Okay, I had things to do, and some things ran late. It's as simple as that. Okay. I tried to be here on time. I could, but just because I couldn't get here at 6 o'clock or a little bit sooner than 6. Don't mean I need to be sitting here and called a fucking monkey, chimpanzee, Curious George. No, I don't need none of that.
Who said Curious George? You added that in there. You're adding 20 on. See how you do that? See how you do this? Conversation started because I said, oh, I would like to make boys under 5'5" wear short skirts. And now you're sitting here acting like I'm slurring you out, calling you Curious George. Never even thought of that, monkey. Like, had no idea, just living my life. And you're like,
you just did it again.
No, I didn't, Keisha.
You said,
what?
Y'all heard. No. That was like 3 strikes already.
I didn't. I said I never thought of that, monkey. Like Curious George.
You never thought of that, monkey.
Curious George. I'm referring to Curious George.
You were referring to me. You said I never thought of that, monkey.
No, I didn't. I said I never thought of that monkey, period. You added the comma yourself. Why are you trying to argue with me on my show? This is so unbecoming. It's so unprofessional. This is like not even...
I'm trying to defend myself.
Nobody's attacking
I'm
you.
supposed to represent as Martin Luther Kish.
Nobody,
and, out here trying to support the Black community. And then how does it look if I'm over here in Melty's room getting like slandered and called a monkey and shit?
I hyped you up one time and all of a sudden you're a civil rights leader. Well, you know what? Call me the CIA because I'm about to get you out of here. You better stop playing with me. Don't even.
Please.
You want to be a civil rights leader in here talking all this bullshit? This is a bedroom, Keisha. This is Melty's room. And you're here trying to put yourself in a position to be called things that I did not call you. You're my friend.
So you're just disregarding it now.
You're my friend. Why would I? This is all because you couldn't pick a funny law, by the way, because you wanted to pick reparations and the 13th Amendment.
Because I'm not funny.
You are funny, but you didn't want to pick a funny law. You trying to actually fix problems.
I didn't have some like funny law to put in because
why are you so serious? Like I'm like obviously it's not gonna happen.
I was like, let me just pick something serious, that way I just can have an answer.
Every man has to start legally lactating by 3 p.m. That would be a law to put into place.
And how we gonna do that?
Pills that I would put into the system because I passed my first law.
You're gonna drug every man in America.
Yes, because drugs are legal under my system. Because I passed that first law, remember? See how I build on top of my laws? Like, you see how I passed the first law?
That's not okay though. Like, you think everybody's just gonna agree with that? There's steps to this. You can't just make it happen just cause.
So
you think every man's gonna run around wanting to like squirt milk out they shit?
Well, I feel like if we're in a society where drugs are legal, I do not think that men would mind legally lactating under my rule.
I'll go ahead and I'll let it slide because then maybe they can help, and like, that they don't just, whether like if they're, having a kid, then they can like they can help out some. So, it does have its positives.
Exactly. Do you see how that worked? Because I'm a forward thinker, I'm innovative, I am proactive in my thoughts. So if you were to legally lactate, how much milk do you think you could produce out of those big honkin' gadongers that you have?
Oh, it'd definitely be a lot. I like, even if I already have a brand name, it's called Kilk. It's pretty nice. We even have some concept art of the milk carton for it. So I definitely would be able to produce enough so I can go ahead and start a business if the Twitch thing doesn't work out.
So you're willing to sell your body?
If it pays the bills.
Wow. I mean, let's go into your slut era, because before you went from wearing a hoodie to now having big jumping breasts, and people are now wanting your milk and your fiber and everything like that. So what has it been like to become like one of the like hoiest, thoughtiest, sluttiest little VTubers out there for the boys?
It has its ups and downs, definitely. It's cool because I could just, I would just do whatever I want and stuff, and that was pretty neat. And I was, being hella like flirty or just whatever flies.
You did have a slut era when you got your pretty boy model. You were like kind of out there gaping a little.
Yeah, and I'll say like it's fun, but then you do start to, when you act like that, especially on the TikTok side of things, that's when you start to invite like the weirdos, the weirdo wave starts flowing in, where like they might either start making demands or just being feral for no reason. Like you could literally just be sitting there and then like they'll just start saying like out of pocket shit for like who knows what reason. Like you might even already be in a conversation about something normal, and then they just come in out of nowhere like ooga booga, like Bark, bark.
Booga booga. Why'd you say that?
That's just how they look. That's just how they brain works sometimes. Sometimes I'll just hit go live and then somebody will come in my chat and I'm like, hello, I haven't even like came on the stream yet. Like, and or like saying they want to
nurse on your latch upon your breast like a newborn baby.
Oh nah, they said they were gonna like smother like chocolate sauce over my titties and then like lick them off and like lick them clean and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy what people think of.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been an experience. We've been slowly but surely weeding some of the weirdos out. But yeah, they usually come in waves, and I've tried to tone myself down. Of course, I still shake my titties, but I'm not as crazy, slutty, sexual, flirty, because then that tends to invite more people than already the ones that show up. It's concerning, and I had to distance myself because the repercussions.
With great power comes great responsibility. You do know that.
True.
So we're gonna need a holster for them bad boys. You're gonna have to like put them away for a little bit, conceal them and things like that. Unless you try to make money, because you did say you would sell your milk for profit.
Yeah, like if they were saying the stuff they were saying while also like throwing some money my way, then I'd probably let it slide. But they ain't even doing that. They just being like down bad for free and wanting titty shakes and kilk free of charge. And I'm like, I can't allow that. If you want something, you better pay for it.
So you're saying
I'm not giving you shit for free.
So you're saying only people with money can be horny for you?
To an extent.
What's the extent?
Like, I mean, if you're gonna be so vocal about it, then speak with your wallet.
So what? Poor people can't feel feelings?
They can, but just don't be so vocal. Like you gotta.
Wow.
You gotta know when, like, there's a time and a place to say certain things.
Mm-hmm. So poor people can't be vocal.
They can be, but just about certain things is, there's a time and a place.
Okay, I understand. I get that. Would you say that if you were president, you'd be classist then? Maybe putting poor, short people on the lower end of the spectrum and then putting tall, rich people on the higher end of the spectrum?
No, I wouldn't do it. That's all unnecessary.
Do you realize how unnecessary your argument was 5 minutes ago then?
It's not unnecessary because...
Oh, now it's not unnecessary. But it was unnecessary a second ago. Go ahead, though.
It's not... Look, if I'm over here and putting them in class systems, that is very much unnecessary. But that's not even what I was saying earlier. I was just saying that short people can be a little taller, but that's not. I'm not going to sit here and make sure they're like, they stay in their class and they're poor and all that.
You kind of are in your mind. You're doing that with your mind. You definitely look down upon short people in the shorter community to the point where
I quite literally am looking down.
Nigga, you're not Eddie Murphy, so don't be trying to make no jokes on my fucking stream, bitch. Don't be trying to be all funny.
I'm just providing the truth. That's all.
Yeah. Whatever. And
if you can't handle it, then that's tough.
Now you got jokes. But when I was trying to put a law in place, you trying to abolish slavery and get reparations.
Of course.
But now, when it's not time to make a joke, you like, hey, I'm looking down on you. You have the humor.
There was no humor behind it. I was stating a fact.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really think that's true, and I don't think that's necessary either. I don't. What other topic are you this passionate about? 'Cause I never knew you're so passionate about short people. At first, I thought you were joking, but I'm starting to realize the more as we talk about this, it is serious. Do you have any other topic that you could like passionately feel like, yeah, I feel that way? Because you are very argumentative and you can be stubborn and your head is a little hard. So
No, I'm pretty open minded.
you can be open minded. It's still hard though.
Like, and I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very passionate about the whole short people thing either. It's just, I was just listing some thoughts, and it's kind of like that in other topics too. I'm not like particularly like, at least not that I can think of right now.
Exactly. Well, you need to have like a stable platform so when we run for president that we have something to run on. So what would be your one thing to run on as president? Like what would be your campaign promise since the election season is coming up? We still have time to submit.
I mean, since we're both kind of working for the same thing here with this election, then I guess it would be like milk and kilk, right?
Okay, so male milking farms would be legal.
Because I mean, obviously, if I'm sitting here and promoting that, then that's also a way to promote my business. So
you can't do that. That's not allowed. You literally cannot promote your own business if you're running for president.
I mean, I basically am by running for president, though.
No, you're running for the people. You're not running for your business.
Yeah, and for the people, I'm saying I'm promoting like men's milk, but you can go ahead and get some kilk. Because then they know who I am, so of course people are gonna come in like they're gonna try and get the kilk. They're like, yo, like that's President Keishan in his milkies.
I don't think that's a platform that we could win on, but I really do.
I mean, then why are you sitting here, trying to put all these laws out if you don't think that they have a fighting chance?
Because my first law that I'm running on is making drugs legal in all 50 states. That alone, everybody changing pink. The country is gonna be pink.
Yeah, and then I mean we can incorporate that into it too. Maybe you can put it in the milk.
Oh, whoa! I'm not gonna lace people's milk with drugs, Keishan. Children.
You gotta give look. Like when you get killed, you gotta get that extra spice.
I don't really think you should be president. The more you speak, I really think your moral alignment is a little concerning.
I mean, we can swap around. I can be vice.
I think you can be vice. I'll be president.
Because then, yeah, you seem to have you seem to have more of a concise direction in how to take this and what you want to incorporate into, our law. So I feel like you can just take the reins. I'll be there and support, and if any supporters are there for us, then they get a free carton.
Yeah, I think I'm winning because if this Vtuber shit doesn't work out, I'm deciding to be a cult leader for my next phase of online life. Do you think you'd ever become a cult leader?
Depends on what you mean. Because would I actually go and start one? No, but I get some very I get some very cult-like people that show up to support. So then I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of weirdness here, but I'm just gonna keep it pushing. I don't think I have what it takes to be like properly running some form of cult.
What do you think it takes to do you think I could run a cult? Do you think I'd be a good cult leader from your perspective?
Oh, definitely. I feel like to run a cult, you have to be just as demented as the people supporting.
What was that a sneak? Wait, did you just call me? Hold on. What was that? Hold on, because you're not about to sneak me on my own show, bitch. I thought you were gonna say something else. So you really think I'd be a good cult leader though, for real?
Yes, you'd be an amazing cult leader.
Thank you. And because the people I attract demented people.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like they would see.
He calling y'all demented, by the way. Just throwing that out there. He call everybody in chat demented. Go ahead.
They see your energy and they just want to join in and be a part of the fun.
Okay, well, if this Vtuber shit doesn't work out, you know where I'll be, in the bushes. I'll probably start a cult near you, so you can come and hang out every now and then.
I mean, what would the cult be about?
I would probably be about like open minds and free thinking. I'd probably base it on drugs being legal, so that would be my foundation again.
So then y'all would just be on everything.
Not on everything. We'll kind of have it set out for the week. So I'd have Molly Mondays, Perk Tuesdays, Weed Wednesdays, Tranquilizer Thursdays, Fentanyl Fridays. What's we Saturday and Sunday are free range.
Okay. So then y'all just go crazy on the weekends then. Okay, all right. I'm probably gonna go ahead and stick over in my bubble. But y'all seem like y'all having a great time over there.
Yeah, if the cult comes up, okay. So with that being said, thank you, Keishan. I really appreciate it. What type of music are you listening to lately? What is Keishan listening to? Because I never see you listening to shit on Spotify, on Discord, because I be trying to sneak and I don't see nothing. So.
Oh yeah, I literally don't have it connected to my Discord.
Why?
Because I don't need people snooping on what I'm listening to.
Why not? That's what I love to do. What are you listening to?
I don't know. Because I know people can snoop, see what you listen to, and then hop in to listen to it, or I'm like, nah, I'm good, because I don't need to be listening to something and then somebody DM me why are you listening to that or something. I don't know. I mean, not that I listen to anything weird, but I'm typically listening to any hip hop or rap, or I do have a lot of early 2000s R&B in my playlist. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it, just because it's it just hits different, and I feel like there's not enough music today that be hitting like those do. But as for today's music that I add, it's kind of just a case of I listen to it, and if I like it, I like it, and I'll throw it on the playlist. And if I don't, I don't. That's why I don't even have a favorite artist or anything either. Damn. Because even with artists, I'll like an artist a lot, and then I'll listen to that but then I'll have a handful of their songs that I'm not messing with. So then I'm oh well. So it's kind of just a listen case by case basis. And that's just for multiple genres, whether it be hip hop or the early, the throwbacks, or even bits of K-pop or whatever. But yeah, it's just a mixed bag of random stuff on my playlist, to be honest.
Okay, I listen to a lot of music and I have a favorite artist. What are you're listening to everything. What are your thoughts on our current Princess Diana, Ice Spice? This is a very pressed question, so think before you answer this question, Keishan. But are you a munch?
Well, I mean, earlier you asked about ass or titties, so I feel like my answer applies to this as well.
Okay, so you rocking with Ice Spice?
I sure am. She definitely she definitely is making a movement right now. It's very, very good. And I 100% support. And she does have her bops.
Okay, give us a bop. What song are you oh yeah, I like this one?
I don't know the names of her songs. I just know them when I hear them.
And I'll know. Give us a bar, and we'll guess it.
I mean, okay, I don't I don't know which of her songs are different songs sometimes, but I still like them when I hear them.
Okay, just spit one out.
I don't know. I don't. And she hasn't said that much that has stuck in my brain.
But you're not listening to the music. You're looking at her ass.
No. Listen though, she's a lyrical genius. You know, You Thought I Was Feeling You. I know there's that, and yeah, there's some nice beats. I 100% support her music.
You are not listening to that shit. He is not listening to that shit.
I do. Like I whenever I heard like music pops up on like TikTok and stuff, I'm like, yeah, like this shit heat. I like her music. I like the things she puts out. Do I know the lyrics? No. But that doesn't mean that just because you don't know what they said doesn't mean that you didn't like it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess. I really do feel like you're just listening to the clap of her cheeks, as the co-host has said. Like, you're not.
They add to the beat.
Okay. Okay. Objectifying, sexualizing. I'm writing your twit longer after this because clearly I have some explaining to do for why I brought you on here today. I did not expect this booty propaganda, this big booty only type mindset that you have. Like,
I mean, to be fair, you see, you're generalizing though, because I've only mentioned it twice this whole time.
Yeah, but that's like your thing. You don't have to mention it here. Like, we know who you are. We know what.
But
you
yeah,
like.
I'm not running around like no. Like I be chilling. I just happen to enjoy.
Why did you do that so well? You're so gross. Like I don't like.
I just be chilling, and I like me. I like me what I like.
I think you do that. You think you did that so well because you were practicing that, and it's really nasty. But
why would I sit here practicing that? You think I just have booty chants in my free time?
Yes. Because you ass likers are fanatics and not like normal about it. Like, you guys really like ass.
No. Because you disrespecting us right now. Okay,
Who's us? It's just you and me in this room right now.
I'm here speaking for the people. All right, I've established that from the jump.
Always speaking for somebody.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, there are some people like that. However, me and probably a lot of people that enjoy ass, we kind of just like we're chilling, but then when we see it, that's when we start talking. But if it doesn't even pop up, then it's all right. We just vibing.
Why do you like ass despite the fact that you shit from there?
Because that's not what it's about.
That's quite literally why it exists.
The cheeks themselves. Do the cheeks themselves exist because of cheeks?
The cheeks themselves.
I don't think so.
Okay, you segregate in the ass because you gotta take Patrick Star with the SpongeBob. Like, you literally got
because literally, like, that's no, because it'd be one thing if I was like talking about specifically like booty hole. I'm not talking about that.
You literally said that you put your thumb in it, so you acknowledge the booty hole is part of the ass. You know her.
That was just satire.
Oh, sure. Okay, now it's satire.
But we're not, when we're talking about the general like conversation, we're talking about the cheek meat itself. Okay, that is what we enjoy. Does that have to do with fecal matter? No. Okay, so just separate it completely from your mind. And also on top of that, if she ain't washing her ass, she gotta go.
Really? So hygiene is a thing for you?
Of course. If you trifling, stank ass, nasty, and you got doodle stains in your cheeks, you need to go. That's nasty. You stink.
Okay, well, that was a lot of adjectives and verbs and stuff like that, but I completely understand where you are coming from. But I still think that ass is overhyped. I think there's other things on the body that we can learn to.
See, you just don't understand, like,
I don't understand
that movement. Yeah, like the waves that they, is gravitational. The handprints you can leave. Outstanding.
What handprints are you talking about? Like spanking?
We know what I'm talking about. There's only one way to go about a handprint there. All right.
You want to brand women with a hot iron handprint?
Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first. This is why
That's
you're
how they know it's mine.
not running for president. That is nasty. You're nasty and terrible. Because, I mean, Keishan, there's other parts on the body. So what if she's like a really great girl? She's really, really sweet. And she just has like a Hank Hill inverted ass.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. But
Oh, God.
Before that, I'm just gonna say that just because I love ass doesn't mean that's the only thing I ever care about. Okay, I never even said that, because even when you first asked me about ass or tits, I said that I liked that too. But it's just that ass just takes the crown.
What does it do for you? Like, what is you when you see a big booty, and what do you think? Like, I mean, I'd be looking at big booty and I'm like, that's a fat ass, but that's about it. I don't think I need it.
I mean, when the way they be bouncing it, it can bounce somewhere else.
Oh, so it's like what it can do after the fact. Not just as it is, but what it can do.
It can do a lot, you know?
Do you have enough for a big booty? Like,
yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm not gonna elaborate. You can just say that because you're confident. You're so annoying because, like, I really, yeah, I do. Like, okay, because you told people always got some shit to say. Like, always have that confidence. We're just gonna go with it. He needs to go home. Yeah, I'm about to kick you out my room in a hot minute because you acting up underneath the kotatsu. But
all right, listen, nothing's going on down here. I'm chilling.
Okay, if she had a great personality and everything, 10 out of 10, but her ass was a -5. She's a 10, but she ain't got no ass. What are you giving her?
Right. I mean, she got titties though?
C cups, humble, titty size.
Because I mean, like, and then, okay, it's like, what if it's like a little booty, but it's got shape? Because that's good too.
No, it's flat. I'm talking straight from the Caucasus Mountains.
It's got to be a lot of personality. But if we are on that level spiritually, then I will accept her, and then we gonna have her squatting in the gym right after.
You're gonna change her. You're gonna improve the status of her posterior.
Exactly. You gotta shape in that shit.
Ishin, you wouldn't love her for how she is?
I am. That's why I chose her.
Chose her.
So, but now, you know, relationships, it takes work, and we about to add this on the list.
What are you bringing to the table? What are you going to improve on? While she's working on her ass, what are you going to work on? That mouth?
I mean, when I slap it on her, she gonna know.
Slap it on her? Slap what?
Don't worry about all that.
You are perverted because, first of all, she's in the gym working on her ass and working hard, and you're working on being annoying. Like, what are you doing to bring to the table for a relationship in this hypothetical situation where her ass is flat? What are you doing? What are you bringing? Because if she's working on her ass, you have to be working on something too.
I'm working and I'm paying her gym membership.
Oh, you pay for the gym membership. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know, with the gym membership, then I'll be getting my gains in there too, because, you know, why not? So, because, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, while she's working on that, I'm doing my thing and working in there, getting my gains. Then that's more bonding time.
Wow, you really turned that around real quick. You
see, I know what I'm doing.
No, you making it up on the fly, which I can absolutely tell, but it's still works.
This is a predetermined plan in case I ran into any pancaked woman.
In case you run into any pancaked women, Keishan, okay, you know what you like and you make it work just regardless. I think an ass is a very adjustable thing to fix, but you could do all the workouts in the world. If you are not naturally built to have a big old booty, it's just not going to come into fruition.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be big, because like if it's small and got shape, it's still good.
Okay, so little booties matter to you as well.
Yeah, but it's gotta have shape. If it's little and it ain't got no shape to it, it's just there. Then I don't. Then that ain't it either. But there's definitely some little ones around that's got some real nice shape.
Okay, name some good booties. They don't have to be real booties. They can be anime girl booty. Like, what anime girl got a fatty? What girly pop got a fatty? We're like, yeah, this is the standard.
I mean, I can't really name any names. And then also, even if I were to name names, like size is subjective sometimes.
Yeah, because I know you're a big Megan Thee Stallion fan, so that's a pretty big booty.
That is true. That's
Ice Spice is also on the larger scale of booties, I would think.
Also true.
So
also
you
true.
seem to like big booties, like.
Yes. However, as I said, they can be pretty small, but have shape, and it'll be good.
I need an example of a small booty
But
with shape so I can picture it in my mind.
I mean, I can't give you any examples. So that's confidential.
Oh my god, not confidential. You be seeing little booties with shape? Oh
Y'all don't?
I mean, if it's confidential, we really don't, like, that's fine.
I mean, I just figured y'all would have seen some by now.
We don't be looking for them, I don't think, because we respect women.
I do too.
You said that too fast, because I really don't think you even heard what I said. I said we respect women.
And I said I do too.
Okay, right.
I look, with that logic, I could argue that y'all don't respect me because y'all was talking about my titties before I even said hello.
We don't. What now?
I mean, I already knew you didn't respect me when you was calling me what you called me earlier.
I didn't call you anything.
What are you talking about? Y'all can run this back and see what she called me.
Because you were late.
Y'all were here for that.
You were late, Keishan. You were late.
You were calling me that outside of me being late.
No, I wasn't.
You was just like, chimpy.
But I wasn't saying that in like a negative way. I was saying it really cutely. Like I was saying, like, oh, your limbs are long.
Okay,
like,
so you're
chimpy.
saying, okay, so as long as anybody says something cutely, even if it's completely racist, as long as they said it cute, it's okay.
I'm a VTuber, so yeah. Nigga.
Okay, so you're saying I can like that, like it's okay if like a white woman does it?
No, but that's not the
like
scenario.
if I think oh girl cute, or she got some ass, and then she called me a monkey cutely, it's okay?
That's your perspective and your boundaries.
It's not.
I was being
I'm using your logic right here, and me and Dr. Umar do not agree.
Who? Dr. Umar is not in the room with us right now. You are ridiculous and crazy. I didn't call you chimpy in like a negative way. It was just kind of like chimpy.
That's what they all say.
How many people are out here calling you a chimp? I thought it was
I'm generalizing, in a general scenario. That's what they say.
Okay, no one's called you a chimpy but me. I was saying it kindly, not in like a negative way or hostile way.
How is it kindly though?
Because I'm a kind person.
So, but how does chimpy, how does that generate, kindness?
Because I said it cutely, like a nickname, like an affectionate nickname.
Or like a nickname, because that's not there's a lot of words you can use to be kind.
I know, but I was just in the moment, so. What's your favorite anime, Keishan?
I I don't like that you're just trying to switch so quickly, but
What?
I'll actually be kind and
You
go ahead and switch
wanna
the topic.
if you want to sit here and argue, we can argue. But I'm running a program here. I'm running a show. It's not Keishan time.
A racist program.
It's not a racist program. I'm black.
I don't have a favorite anime per se, but I do have like ones that are like, of course, like up there. You know, I have a group of favorites, not one favorite. Okay, like I definitely I love my Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I love my One Piece and my Naruto, Soul Eater, definitely Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, Steins Gate. If I were to name a few, like those, they're like I have a group of different ones, but I can't really put any over each other because I'm not too good at that sometimes.
Okay, I noticed in all those animes you did not say Death Note. So what's the holdup? Why is that not in your catalog?
Death Note was very good, and it would be up there, but that second half wasn't doing it for me. So
you didn't like how it happened in the second half?
Yeah, that the stuff going on towards the end, I was like not for it. So I still, as a whole, respect the show, but if the whole show was the stuff I was getting initially, then I would 100% put it up there.
Okay, well, if you had a Death Note, who are you writing in there first? Give me your top 3, right? Would you use it? Let me not question your morals for you. Would you use the Death Note if you were presented with it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you did not hesitate. So who would you use it on then?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's the, you get, it's like the basic answer where you, of course, go for the terrible, terrible people, right? But then, like, I'll also just go for like people who are just naturally like racist as shit and fucked up too. You know, you gonna fuck around with me. I'm gonna go and do a little investigation, find out your name. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. I mean, hypothetically speaking, if there was like, and it's all in good fun, of course, there's one celebrity or someone of pop culture notoriety that you could just like write out of history. They don't have to be dead. We won't kill them. We'll just say they.
No, you're basically saying let's kill them.
No, I'm saying like if we could write them, they wouldn't exist. Who would you put in there?
Is there anybody that bothers me right now? I don't know.
They have to bother you to kill them? That's nice.
So you just be offing people to off them?
If it were real, the way my emotions are set up, probably.
Oh.
I'm a fire sign. You are too, though. You're an Aries, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe we're on different levels, but I'm just a little, I'm passionate and emotional, so.
See, I just feel like there needs to be some form of motivation for me to want to just, off someone.
I don't need a reason. I'm just waiting for opportunity.
So then who would you kill?
Ed Sheeran. Just not killing, but just because maybe after the Grammys, I would have to delete Harry Styles from existence as well, because that was a really rough night. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I don't know. Ed Sheeran and Harry Styles are like my big two. I just feel like those are kind of like the UK's toughest exports to kind of like handle. The Beatles, I would delete the Beatles from history.
What did they do?
I don't like those sluts. Who else? Ike Turner, why not? Like whooping Tina's ass way too much, not necessary. Joe Jackson, yeah, get him out of here, not necessary, very nerve-wracking. Bill Cosby, why not? I didn't think the Cosby Show was that good.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, those are kind of like my few. I'm sorry, y'all. I would have to get R. Kelly out of here. I could make Ignition Part 2. I could do Trapped in the Closet for y'all. I would put that out there. I could create that content. I would create that content on my own.
I guess I'll put in maybe I'll slide in like a Chris Breezy.
Really?
Some shit like that.
Oh, you don't like Chris
Definitely.
Breezy. I mean, yeah, true. You could make Forever. Are you gonna ever give us a cover? Since you're gonna delete Chris Brown, you would have to replace him. So would you ever give us a cover?
I do not have that vocal range, so
What do you mean?
that's funny. Y'all can find somebody else though.
Weren't you gonna be like a child star? Like, isn't your lore that you're like, oh, I'm a child star, and then I got beaten out by Jaden Smith, and now I'm like, wasn't that your thing?
That's not my lore.
Isn't that your lore?
That's not my VTuber lore. And even okay, even on an IRL sense, that ain't got to do with singing.
Yeah, but like
That was
could have
just
been a
acting.
star. You could have been I mean, Jaden Smith makes music. You got
Okay,
a one
but
for one.
because he has the vocals to make the music that he wants to make.
He's a rapper. He's not even be singing like that. You're not gonna give us a
Okay,
rap
then.
cover?
Yeah, and you said singer. I'm saying.
Are we ever getting?
And you compared
Keishan,
me to Chris Brown.
Are we ever getting Keishan music?
Notes.
Fine. Are we ever getting? Are you gonna give us a CPR cover? Like, are we ever gonna get some Keishan Shinobi tunes? Like,
I mean, we have plenty of great CPR covers out right now.
Please.
So I think I
off.
don't need to step on that field. However, I do have some covers that I need to do. I've like owed about 2 song covers for a long time. I owed one since last birthday donathon.
Oh my god.
And then I've owed another one since I debuted. Like, one is supposed to be a normal song cover, and the other one is supposed to be a meme song cover. So when will I get to those? Eventually. Like, I literally, and I did take the steps to get the normal cover out. I started practicing the song. I will not say what song until I finally release it one day. But
one day, what the fuck?
I literally took the steps. I started trying to sing it a bit, try to get my voice used to it, learn the notes. And then I contacted somebody to mix the vocals when I would finish them and record them and finish them. I found somebody, I paid them. And I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and get these vocals in. I'll go and then I was like, I'll just keep sending you some snippets maybe. I don't know how I'm gonna go about this. And they're like, yeah, all right. And then I even got art done for the cover when I would release it. And I've been sitting on that art ever since I got it. I still haven't even shown the art off yet because I planned to show it off for when the cover would be done. And I just hadn't gotten around to finishing.
So wait, what's the holdup?
Well, whenever I finally got comfortable enough to sing it and do the full recording, I was moving. Okay. And then after that, I was like, dang, I'll get to that eventually.
Could we have you commit to a cover, Keishan, this year or this year release?
I'm like, we'll see. You know, I'm not really. I don't have much confidence in my voice in general. But then singing voice on top of that is another, a whole nother step, because even if people like my normal voice, which I don't, then my singing voice is a whole nother ball game, because I have to be able to hit certain ranges and stuff like that, especially with the type of some of the music that I'm doing. So then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think I sound right and all that stuff. So when I get past all that, then y'all get your cover. I just can't tell you when that'll be.
Okay, so see y'all in 2024, I guess, because he's clearly holding it back from. I mean, you owe us a cover. You have the means to do that. Just pick up the mic and let them mix it up for you. You can do it, Keishan, right?
We gonna see, because even the thought of me sounding bad and then giving it to them to fix that is still something that I don't like, because then I'm like, okay, I don't even want them to hear that shit. So yeah, we'll see. We'll get through it one day.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully sooner rather than later, right?
TBA.
Right, Melty, you're so right. That's what you say. That's the line on the script. Please follow it. All right, Keishan. Well, it's been about 3 hours in here. I'm not fixing to argue with you all night, even though I'm sure you would love to bring up a topic or two that we let put to rest. But did you enjoy your time on Melty's Room?
I did. It was a good little chat. There's some times where it was getting kind of, but
What time
it
was
a good
that?
time.
No, don't bring it up. I don't care. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to. It will spiral into a whole nother argument. Have you ever been on a talk show before? Was this your first time?
I've been on a few different
Sluts.
talk shows and interviews.
That's very nice that you ran through and your booty is loose. Okay, so do you have any?
All right, not that being loose.
Yeah. So do you have any last kind of words for the chat, the community, the co-hosts that had you over today? Since I'm not your first talk show, you're probably 15th talk show. Flapping.
I'm not 15th.
Yeah. I mean, would you come back to Melty's Room?
Of course.
Okay, cool. And what do you have to say for the chat? Give us one run through, one promo. Give us your last words.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in and hearing me ramble about this and that. And for those of you that don't know me, I stream on Twitch all the time. And occasionally put out YouTube videos. I'm trying to get better at that, but yeah, I just appreciate y'all hearing me out today and hearing how I started and what I've been through and things.
Keisha, with all that being said, I am very, very proud of you and all you have done. I really, really appreciate you coming on Melty's Room and indulging me with a little bit of back and forth and all that stuff. Thank you so much for coming and thank you for being here. One last round of applause for Keisha.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, since you're here, before I kick you off and immortalize you on this billboard back here behind you, before your soul is captured in a Polaroid, what guests would you like to see on here in the future? Like, who do you think would have a good time on here?
I definitely think you should bring Zora on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've mentioned them with my 5 Black VTubers I'd like to see. But I think she has very high and funny energy. I think it'd be interesting to see her on here and her responses to some of your questions. It
was a riveting experience. You weren't ready, huh? It was a whirlwind of a time. Okay. I'll note that down. I'll put it in instructions box. That goes for everyone. But thank you for being on Melty's Room, Keisha. I'm a mute and deafen and kick you out. So get the fuck out. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, guys. He's dead. We killed him. Okay, there we go. Follow Mako Marcy. Okay, guys. Whew. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. There we go, Zora. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh my god, applause. Thank you. Did you guys like today's episode? It seems like you did. I really, really had fun with this one. It was something that was really great. This episode was nuts. Loved it. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah. Okay, so here's where I asked you guys for feedback and commentary. If you guys want to do a run through and just tell me what you liked on Twitter using the tag Melty's Room so I can write it down or remember, or what guests you'd like to see next, use the tag Melty's Room. I'm always checking the tag. Not really. I'm not always checking the tag, but let me know that you had a fun time tonight so people can know what they were missing because, we're trying to do something with the reset or whatever. But yeah. Thank you, Keishan, for being here. Okay, not the throne. Discord, sure. I don't know why you're looking. You look clean on my screen, but maybe the stream was crunchy. Yeah, just give me suggestions if you use the tweet, or even at me on Twitter or DM me for suggestions and shit, like guest suggestions, guest ideas. Help me out. Let me know what you want. This was a very fun episode. I'm hoping and super, super glad you guys enjoyed it. The booty hook was a time. I stay scuffed out here. It was okay. I like the part where Melty and Keisha talked about booty hole for a long time. Thank you, Miko. I really appreciate that. I have nothing else to say. I'm very happy that it went really well. My name is Melty, and I can't wait for Fat Friday. Yes, it's true. It's very, very true. I'm gonna kick you guys out now. No raids, just vibes. We did what we needed to do. I'm not gonna raid. I'm just gonna let you guys disperse. Okay? Ecstasy Sunday about to go crazy. Yes. Well, I'll tweet for Fentanyl Fridays. We'll have a good time. Nothing but vibes. Thank you guys. Again, I really appreciate you guys giving me a chance. If you were new here, thank you for giving Melty's Room a chance. If you were lurking, thank you for giving Melty's Room a chance. Everything is satire. Don't take anything too seriously. And thank you for the new people, the lurkers, the follows and stuff. Thank you for the follows and stuff. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow for a regular stream. And again, Keishan, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you everyone for coming through and watching. This was like probably the most hyped episode in a while, so I really appreciate it. So with that being said, thank you for the yeah, that being said, thank you for coming to Melty's Room. This episode was fun, and get the fuck out. Bye-bye.
Hi, how are you today?